Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome to Swords and Sages. I am your GM for the evening, Tiana Hansen, and I am surrounded by fantastic people, minus James. He decided to run away for the week.
We've lost an 8-year-old boy.
Already? And it begins.
Woo yeah. White courtesy telephone, please. Woo yeah.
We have an interesting show tonight. I imagine. I don't even know at this point. We'll find out. But welcome to Swords and Sages, where we are exploring Candlekeep library, and yeah, we're starting off as we mean to go on. I see.
We technically haven't gone back to the library,
Yeah.
so given this group.
Technically, you never left the library.
I'm interested in the time dilation in this room.
Yes. No, I already asked about that. The time
Demi-plane inside of the demi-plane.
It's a semi-plane.
Incept plane. Oh God. So we're going to run through some announcements quickly so we can get into whatever in the heck is going to happen tonight. Starting off, we are at 48% of the tavern upkeep for the month. It is the first couple days of it's the second day of the month, isn't it?
Yes.
Yesterday was the first.
I should also point out that it was 47% just minutes ago.
Wow.
Mere minutes ago.
Wow.
Thank you very much for getting us further up already. We are trying to make our entire upkeep for the month, and if we do get to the 100% mark by the end of August, or before the end of August, that'd be cool too, we will do a giveaway of a hardback copy of Candlekeep Mysteries, courtesy of the Baroness. And this is a really fun resource to pull from for puzzles. This is great for like just little things to drop into things.
We should get that. That's my crime.
You're gonna steal Candlekeep.
I'm gonna steal the book. I'm gonna go through.
meta.
Yeah, figured it out. Solve this.
I
game.
hate how much I love this. We are, and are you gonna do a lap?
No,
Is it lap time?
I'm good.
Yeah, that's real early for that.
It's a lot of things going on. Do you have the inspiration cards over there?
Yes.
Okay, good.
And I already saw the Inspiration Award.
Awesome, cool.
I do pay attention every now and again to what goes on in the Discord. Every once in a while, don't get used to it.
As far as I know, you're always in the Discord, so...
I actually had to put myself on like hidden, specifically so people didn't see that I was spying on them.
Excellent.
Oh.
Now, I do not feel bad about messaging you when you are not online. Hey, when you get a chance.
That's what messages are for. They're notes on a bulletin board. That's how I always see them. Speaking of giveaways, we are at 81 of 200 followers for the month of August. Every month, if we meet our goal of 200 unique followers to the Twitch channel, we'll be doing a t-shirt giveaway. Lots of giveaways going on, and I believe there's another giveaway today, yes?
There is, because you fantastic, wonderful,
Bastards.
insane people triggered the boy
Ay.
on Down Darker Trails. And instead of doing a Nord Games deck of your choice,
Whoa.
Laundry dear.
Siri has something to say.
Yeah, apparently, because my sound has not been on until just
Alexa,
now.
doom them all.
Siri's not even on my phone, so I don't know what that was about. Sorry, friends. James isn't here to cause chaos, so I had to do it on his behalf.
Someone had to step up. And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on which side of the DM screen you're on, I have a whole room full of chaos.
What?
Sure.
You don't see the halos?
I see the horn. I see the horns holding up the halo.
That's what causes the pattern baldness.
we triggered the boy.
We triggered the boy, and we are giving away a book.
Boom! One of this guy, or
Waboom.
this one's Spectacular Settlements, which has settlements from a few of us here, including Amy, Bo, Duke Fleeg has one in here.
Wait.
I have
also the book
I
that you
have
bludgeon
3 in
someone to
there,
death
or
with.
4 in there.
But no one's counting.
Anyway, yeah,
It's not a competition.
Yeah, but Bose is like 8 pages long.
Bose is Oozlium, so if you want to look at the Mage City, that is what you want to do.
It is a 500-word condensed version of Oozlium.
Yes.
My first settlement, I handed in at 5,000 words, and Andrew said, I said 500.
Take one of those zeros off, my friend.
Ooh.
So
I'm
did
like,
you cut out like 9 words every? Yeah, you only kept every 10 words.
Yeah. And on that side, we have, what is that called?
Oh, the ultimate bestiary.
The dreaded accursed.
The
This
dreaded-
is the undead
bestiary.
version.
Wait, is this bestiary or bestiary? Did we already have this
We were just having this
conversation?
conversation.
I could look it up on Google to get like the official pronunciation.
I've always said
Okay.
bestiary, but
Yeah.
So
It
have
is-
I.
It is a bestiary.
There's,
I
okay.
mean, it's an area full of beasts, so.
I think it's the best friendiary.
Oh.
Say that one more
A
time.
best friendiary.
Ah, you rolled all of those words into one. Oh, wonderful. But yes, we are going to be doing a giveaway of that tonight. Do we want to have people enter to win at the break?
Yes, we'll do that at the break.
And of course, you must be present to win. And the physical books are U.S. are U.S. only, excuse me, and PDF for people outside of the United States. I'm getting
Or
my
if you
cues
want a
out of the corner
PDF.
of my eye.
Yeah.
you know, some people prefer
Double
PDFs.
prompter.
Right.
And the size of that book, I'd prefer a PDF.
That thing is a doorstop. Although I will say that even just flipping through Down Darker Trails on my computer makes it go, no! That thing, it would crash. And speaking of, unusual packages showing up at doors,
Wait a minute.
It began.
I have to go. I
Wait,
didn't know it was that kind of
are
show.
squeal bits showing up?
that's on Down Darker Trails.
Do we have to trigger the adult scenarios thing on Twitch now? Is that-
God.
Trigger.
There's an adult scenarios on Twitch.
I don't.
Gods.
Of course there is.
Next week we're all in hot tubs.
Yes.
We're gonna have like
Oh,
5
man.
hot tubs.
Our community are wonderful people. We really, truly, truly appreciate you guys. And we had a box show up at the studio with my name on it where we were all like, what is this? Where did this come from?
The last time that happened, I believe restraining orders were involved.
Yes.
Fortunately, they shouldn't be necessary this time because it was a gift from our community member, Dice Cream Sandwich. Itty bitty notebooks
Look at that!
Oh.
Wow.
as gifts for all of you.
Oh. Well, that's lovely. Dice cream sandwich.
Yes, Dice Cream Sandwich reached out, is like, with
it
like
is.
a tracking number being like, something was delivered. I'm like, oh, better go check it out. These are awesome.
These are really
These are
nice.
amazing.
So the Swords and Sages logo,
Yes, I'm keeping one. It's mine.
Quest and Chaos logo on the back, cute, and then the QNC logo on the inside. This is,
Oh.
this is perfect for a one shot or a QNC.
A QNC
Would you call it a
quarter-
half shot?
Yeah,
It's more like a quarter shot at this point.
this is perfect. Thank you so much.
That's amazing.
It's just good for taking shots at each other. We'll just write insults down and trade them.
Ooh.
Oh, is this where the quotes are gonna go?
Yes.
And the
Wait, but now I want an actual pen to write my.
It's not Apple Pin compatible. Come on, Dice cream sandwich.
Wait, nope, I have one.
So we
So-
have one more for James that will
Yep.
go to him
and then
eventually.
we had one for the Baroness, who is running the
Yeah,
show.
the Baroness on the zeros and ones.
So that means we've got a couple left over. Maybe
We have
can-
3 left over, so at some point, if you all wonderful, wonderful people want it, we will do a giveaway. So,
I'm thinking the first raid over 20.
all right.
But it should be this show specific.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
Looking at you, welcome in.
We're not going to give tumblers away on this show.
Yet.
Yet.
Get them out of here.
All right. Well, speaking of giving
They're
things,
lovely.
they're wonderful. I love them. I drink
Yes.
from them frequently. We have inspiration for us.
We better get it from somewhere because I don't know.
So we're going to start off with NGC 457 with 500 bits to me. As I try to throw them off the table. That's my.
Fling them at yourself.
Yeah. What? How am I not catching these?
But also 1,000 bits from NGC 457 to the players.
Oh.
There you are.
It's because you have great eye contact when you throw.
I try to make sure you know that I am a theater actor.
You play a lot of theater games.
I am a theater actor, and I know. I
If you
look
play
at
theater
someone.
games, like there'd be a noise involved with throwing these.
That's true.
What?
We're gonna have to start playing Whoosh as a warm up now.
Zoom, Schwartz, Papligliano.
Zip Zop Zoom. That was what I learned.
Yep. Zip, zop, zoom.
500 bits from Squeal the Bard to me to keep Ezra alive.
Oh.
Okay.
You can
It's
try.
gonna take more than 500 hits.
And 500 bits from Squeal the Bard to Laura.
Oh.
To kill
Just
Ezra.
because.
Probably because he misses playing with Quinn. Would be my guess. Speaking of giving things, we have so every month our wonderful patrons are able to give cards from our deck of inspiration created by Thomas Cook to the players of their some rando. To the show of their choice. And today we got in from NGC 457 Tonic of Charm to the mini swords and baby sages, because they're gonna need it.
We didn't get Dangerous Oil?
Nope.
Wait, do we still have that one? Oh, wait,
No.
no. We
All gone. All the cards are gone.
God,
I
this
forgot.
card
We spent like
stalks me
4
in
swords
every
last
game.
time.
Yeah, we
True.
We spent them on you.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true.
Honestly, after seeing how popular Tonic of Charm is, I do need to make others that give you the secondary benefit there, which is the advantage on a saving throw of a certain type, as opposed to
So
Okay.
would it be Tonic of the Mind for Intel?
Eagles, Wisdom, or those that are
Eagles
all.
are
Tonic
not
of the
particularly. Eagles are not particularly well known for being wise. I think you
What's
want
the-
Owl's wisdom
Owl.
there.
Yeah,
Birds.
Bird's wisdom.
Eagle's Majesty.
Bird brain.
What is the no, it's Eagle Eye Goggles in Gloomhaven.
But the eagle is also, I think, charisma in D&D, isn't it?
Yeah, I forget. It's Owl's wisdom.
Owl's
Owl's
wisdom.
wisdom,
Yes.
Bull's
There's-
strength.
Drop it in the chat
Oh, you're right.
if you guys
It's
have
the,
ideas for the name of the
enhanceability
card.
spell.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
enhance ability.
What is that? Just because I have.
I think eagle is charisma.
I think the eagle is charisma as well.
It's
Somebody knows
Bear's
the
Endurance for Constitution, Bull's Strength for Obvious, Cat's Grace for Dexterity Check, Eagle's Splendor for Charisma,
There we go.
Oh, wow.
Fox's Cunning for
That's
for
what I was gonna
Intelligence, and Owl's Wisdom.
Should say Ezra's encyclopedic knowledge of 5e is very impressive.
I think it's been that way since like 2nd edition, so...
Well, it is certainly something. All right, I believe that is all of the announcements that we have for the top of the show. So without further ado, let's go explore Candlekeep. Welcome back, friends, as we watch Ezra try to finish the job of killing off Thomas.
Yeah, wait, how many hit points again?
Let me look.
Not
I
enough.
have lots of hit points. I have 3.
You have multiple.
There is more than one.
Yeah.
And as a squishy wizard on a dungeon crawl as at first level, that's not terrible.
You know, I get bonus hit points if I kill something.
Oh, gosh. Uh-oh.
that's true.
I feel ethically conflicted that my husband gets bonus points for killing things and I'm the party healer. I feel like
Well,
this is conflict.
I heard somebody was quite adept at bringing people back from the dead,
Yeah, but he ain't here right now.
and that needs to be tested.
That
So,
doesn't really bring them back, more than put them to use.
Okay.
previously on Swords and Sages, we didn't actually kill off an 8-year-old wizard.
No.
Yet. Give it time.
It's like 6 hit points.
What does he have left?
No, that's my bonus. It's totally worth it.
That is very tasty.
Yeah.
So that's what you're doing downtime.
I'm just gonna go around killing people. I've got 30 hit points
I don't
temporarily.
remember seeing that on the optional table.
Yes, Wuya is at 2 hit points. Right, so previously on Swords and Sages, our eclectic band of adventurers gathered together to go and explore a magnificent mansion connected to one of the study rooms in the Towers of Pedagogy. I couldn't remember if it was pedagogy or pedantry for a second.
The tower. We made it the Tower of It. No, the Tower of Pedantry was not the West Tower.
The slightly more south tower. But they were able to find the keyword to get in, which was scepter. And then once they opened the door, they found the missing mage that they had been sent off to find. They stepped in to have a chat with him, and he said, "Well, I can hold it open from the outside." Stepped out, screamed, the door slammed shut, and now they had to find their way out. After exploring the mansion in some detail, with inanimate objects apparently just absolutely hating them, they discovered that the key word to get back out was liberty.
Weren't they technically animate objects?
At times.
Some of them.
Recently animate?
Non-sentient objects?
Oh, Thomas was there.
Oh, you.
Just you wait, my spellbook's gonna be sentient.
Oh God, you're right, it is.
Yeah, he says it like he's joking, but
I forgot about
I know
that.
which.
Nope.
I've met books smarter than you.
What? Well, hold on.
Are we talking about the
My intelligence
Necronomicon?
is 19.
Oh.
Now, Dewey, the 8-year-old boy, happens to be stronger than I am.
So I know doors have an AC of 8. What's the inch qualifier on a spell book?
Depends on the spell book.
Okay.
Anyway, they are currently standing in the Chained Library, which is a... I did not name this. Although you would almost think that I had written this with how many cats are written in.
Russ,
Yeah.
Gus.
Oh, they all started with
C
C.
names.
They all started with C.
It's
Charlie,
like
Clementine, and I don't.
Clive.
Clive.
Because it's the same name as your cat.
Clyde.
Oh, excuse me.
Hi, Clyde.
No.
Go kitty.
Now, that's because James named them?
Yes.
Yep. That is not actually their names, as I'm sure you've gathered, but it works as a temporary handle. So yes, you are all currently standing in the Chained Library. You have the keyword to get out and a +1 flail, which is a book on a chain.
Oh, right.
Which our bard is our party tank.
I don't know how everyone else is feeling at the moment, but I'm feeling a bit bruised.
Really?
Oh.
Mentally, a little bit.
I did still hold on to this for you if you'd like to take it.
I don't know. I was thinking maybe we could hang out for a while in this weird room.
Oh, sugar, do you need a nap?
Yes, like a 1 hour nap would be fantastic if that's something.
Exactly 1 hour.
I do. I'm gonna rest.
Listen, Angel, could you get out your stopwatch and keep time for us?
Of course.
Just a short time.
Are we all amenable to?
I mean, I think there's a lot more to see here. I mean, what about finding those two wizards that made this place?
There's the upstairs as well.
Yeah, they might be trapped here. We could free them. Maybe there'd be a huge reward.
How would they get trapped here if they're the ones who set the passcode to get out?
That's a very good question.
Well, they could have discovered an extra-dimensional space within their own extra-dimensional space for which they had
or
no path.
or they tied each other up and they forgot the safe word.
A little young for you.
Dewey, you said that with such specificity.
I mean,
That
I have a follow-up question.
Oh, just the one.
Master, don't you dare ask that child any more questions after that statement that just came out of his mouth.
well, I mean,
I cover Weea's ears.
He looks up at you. Hmm?
this is a library, and there's some weird people here.
You don't
Pirate
say.
Yeah. Anyway, sometimes you have to free people from their manacles as a.
Does this happen to you often, son?
Well, I mean, I carry trunks up to rooms. I help people carry books around here. I sometimes have to free people from manacles.
I have some very serious questions about the way this place is run, and that is coming from me.
Well,
Anyway, that's really besides the point.
Do you have any room numbers in particular?
8.
All right. Well,
not 20.
That would explain why 8 was front of mind for you.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Whoa.
you're in need of perhaps some rest. How are you feeling, Odella?
I mean, I'm fine. Now that I am somewhat confident that there are no more attacking violent books, I would love to go explore the inanimate collection a bit more.
perhaps I should, better not to go alone.
I do have some concerns about that, blood-curdling scream that we heard when the door closed. So I would be amenable to perhaps waiting a little longer before we exit this location. Make sure we have our bearings around us, since we have no idea what we will be walking into.
Well, and rather than exiting, I do think we should explore that attic area,
Oh, of
which we need to
course.
find a means to enter.
Wait, was there?
There's an attic, yes.
No. But was there did we see the stairs going up to it?
There weren't any stairs, but when you got to the top of the landing, you saw the outline of a trapdoor, and you can imagine that there's
Got it.
probably a ladder attached to it or something. Like one of those pull-down attic things.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to exploring, but I swear, if there's another book that tries to kill us,
You shall handle it as capably as you handled the others. You, madam, are quite the enemy of the literary set.
oh well.
So perhaps we should go find a place in or near the library to hunker down. Those who need to take a little bit of a shut-eye can take a quick nap, and the rest of us can explore some books and keep an eye out for whatever that mystery tentacled creature we haven't located is.
Beg pardon?
Oh, did I not mention there was one of those jars in the room full of horrors was empty? Ouya and I discovered, and whatever it is that crawled out of it seems to be of the more tentacled variety.
There were suckers on the door.
As he said.
You'll find there are suckers everywhere, son.
Ain't that the truth?
Ouya could probably use a rest as well.
Yeah.
All right. Children, let's go find a place for you to take a nap.
Aw. You tell them a little bedtime story.
I will happily read you a story. Do you prefer infernal or abyssal? I know both.
I'm just gonna study my spell book if that's okay.
Infernal.
I can
Wonderful.
Do some recovery of the arcane.
Okay.
Can we do a short rest?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I can do arcane recovery.
And I'm going to give Ouya a short rest as well, because the little bugger needs it. Oh, I can't, because I'm in here as a player.
Womp womp.
Well.
That's what you get for missing a session.
And I am going to spend.
No short rest for you.
I'm going to spend a hit die.
No, go ahead and. Wizards are a D6, right?
Correct.
That was terrible.
Used to be a D4.
I'm not full, but I got 3 hit points back.
Plus your constitution. Did you roll 1?
I rolled a 2.
Oh.
I have a +1 con.
Got it. Oh, that is a. Okay, Ouya is not quite at full. He's at 7.
But I now have spell slots. Plus my spell slots that I actually had last time that I didn't know I had
Right.
last time.
But only for certain specific
Yes.
spells.
Yes.
God save me from players who don't read their sheet.
I was a little busy.
Speaking of the Tower of Pedantry,
So
I would make fun of you, but I spent this week being really busy as well, so I have no room. This glass house is a little too fragile for me to be throwing stones.
maybe they're manacles.
oh my gosh.
Maybe when we're not watching the children, Lester?
I mean, if it's a glass house,
I suppose it wouldn't matter then, would it?
no.
All
I'm
right.
gonna go explore some books.
All right. Where are you? I still have this. Where are y'all heading? Actually, I'm not going to show you this.
I feel like the study, we
Was
already
the
did a
library-
really thorough look because nothing attacked us in that
You
one.
did.
But the library, we got attacked. That I don't think. I mean, we found the book with the embossed letter, but
Right.
Odilla's still trying to find books that are by that author that she got books from
Yeah.
in Candlekeep. So she'll probably go back to the library just
Okay.
to do another sweep of those books.
All right, so the library is down the stairs, and as you're facing, toward the bottom of the stairs, is to your right. So,
Yeah.
Sounds like that would be a good place to take the short rest in the
Okay.
library.
sure. If I remember correctly, there should be some chairs in there, so y'all can flop out.
Animated chairs?
Oh gosh, please no.
If the author you're looking for is Eric von Lustbader, they do have a copy of American Ninja.
That would not
No?
be the
What's America?
Oh, it's in the far, far north above
It's
the
a plane of
Spider
hell.
World. Might as well be.
Roger von Däniken, Chariots of the Gods. Nope.
No.
Is there
I'm just like
is there
throwing
flowers in
books
the
at-
attic? In here?
Oh,
I haven't checked the attic yet. I don't know if there's
B.C.
flowers.
Andrews' seminal classic, Flowers in the Attic. I've read it many times.
Unfortunately, I'm looking for D.C. Andrew.
Oh,
It's slightly
Oh.
different from V.C. Andrews.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that to myself.
But you thought about it.
I did. All right, so because I'm a great GM who prepares in advance. The book then that you have been finding, and the one that you've been looking around for is called Tears of Argus.
Oh, okay.
Tears of an Argus.
So
By-
that's like the specific book that I came.
The specific book that you came for, and the author that you've been looking for is Lillian Elliott.
Okay. Thank you for coming up with that for me, since I did not do that in my character work.
Would you mind passing that to her so she can see spelling?
Certainly.
Oh yeah.
It's Lillian Elliott, but it's spelled X.
Lily X Elliott.
Really
this
hard to
Liliana?
find the system. Lillian.
Well, the way
Oh.
you spelled it.
Lil.
It's a mini version of.
Yeah, Liliana, I guess.
Oh, Liliana, yeah.
Yeah.
Liliana Elliott.
Who's honestly one of my favorite characters in Dragon Age. I can't imagine why. Anyway.
Reading handwriting. It's a recurring theme.
Reading off of a website is apparently
Just
difficult.
reading. Just reading,
Thank
period.
you.
But who are the two
You
people
need-
that made this place?
Morton Kynian and
No, it was
Fistandus.
Fistandia
Yeah, and
Standia.
Oh,
Frey
Fistandia.
Freyat.
There we go.
Freya.
Fistandia and Freya, yes. So, is everyone going to the library?
There's a pile of
Yeah.
books as I'm just naming off every
Oh.
book. No?
I'm going to make sure that the children get settled, and once I'm pretty sure that Wuya has actually gone to sleep and is not going to try to follow me, I am going to kind of just head back upstairs and kind of just do a general loop through of like kind of places we've already been, scan through, because I am kind of keeping an eye out for whichever thing escaped.
That's fair.
So as soon as Saba
Sabachthani.
Here.
Dr. Moreover.
But I
leaves and Wuya opens his eyes after pretending to be asleep.
oh my gosh.
So it's weird. They don't know about short rests. I mean, all you have to do is stop killing things for like an hour, and then you get stuff back. It's kind of weird. They think you have to sleep.
I mean,
don't get it.
not everyone knows how, wizards work.
Yeah. Okay, that's true. That's true. Anyway, you should use Arcane Recovery as well.
Yeah.
And let me see your spell.
Perhaps you two can rest your
Nope.
mouths as well.
Up to a combined level of 1, so you get 1 spell slot back. Okay, cool.
Memoirs of a Geisha? No?
All right, so he will go ahead and use, thank you, the arcane recovery to get that back. And as he's naming books and throwing them, he does say Tears of Argus.
The Tears of Argus? No?
And then she'll she will cat-like reflexes. catch the book. And she'll stow that. But did she get a copy of that from the sages?
Yes. So one thing that you noticed about the copy in the stack of Liliana's books that you received, because she is quite the prolific writer. What you noticed about the one that you got in the stack is that it doesn't look like the one that you have been looking for. It's the same book, but it looks like it's a special edition that you've had in your possession.
Okay.
And it's subtle things. It's little like a different cover. It's like the variant cover for all the D&D books.
Yeah.
So it's a different cover. There's a different intro. There's a couple of added chapters here and there. So it's the same but different. It's the extended edition.
Got it.
This one still has the Melnibonian mythos in it.
The what?
That's a first edition joke for old people.
yeah.
I like it. I don't know enough about it to understand it, but I like it.
So she'll catch that, kind of flip through it to get a sense of like how this one is different from.
This one is exactly the same as the one that you have in your possession.
Got it. Okay. So she'll stow this one, but she wants to continue to see if there's any more books from the same author. It doesn't have to be the same book.
Okay. If Lester is continuing to throw, he seems to have found the Elliot section of
they
the
stay
shelf.
together.
Yeah, this Fistandia seems to like to keep her things in one spot.
Well, this was also the room where books came to life, and someone knocked over the bookshelf. So
A stack of books knocked over the bookshelf.
she's gonna believe that or not.
That's completely fair.
The sweat of Mystria.
He has wandered into the romance section.
Got it.
Yeah,
I think that's one that you are looking for. Why don't you look through that one?
I know pictures.
Use pictures. You create the pictures in your mind.
So yes, I'm gonna leave that one alone. Wuya and Dewey do get their they're working on getting their short rest. Let's flip over to Sabachthani. So you're just doing a loop of the upstairs where the planetarium and everything, the bedroom.
Yeah, I'm kind of just doing a secondary because we're in a little bit of a kerfuffle with the puzzle and the fire and then the chained library, all that stuff. So just kind of scanning to make sure we didn't miss anything, and also probably looking to see if there is is there like a pull string to get us into the attic, or it's just a really easy pull it down, or do I need to look for some other means for when we eventually want to go up?
There does appear to be like a short leather strap that you can reach up and pull if you're tall enough, or get an 8-year-old on your shoulders.
No, absolutely not.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Somewhere we is like,
But yeah, you're doing the roundabout, and now that things seem to have settled down a little bit, you're able to appreciate how well made this place is. I mean, you're not seeing the magic, but you can see this looks like a well-appointed house in a reasonably well-off merchant in, say, Baldur's Gate or Waterdeep, that sort of place. So it's not ostentatious. It's not necessarily what you're used to with the more noble side of things. But this is the sort of well-made that breathes power and money without needing to scream it.
Right. I can appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. And this is also borne out by the nicer robes that you found in her bedroom with more travel-worn type of things. There was 1 or 2 tunics in there that had burn marks in them from the alchemical experiments.
Yep. I think that's the other thing too that I would kind of check for now that I can take my time with it a little bit, is trying to see if I can determine anything that indicates maybe how long it's been since she was here, because I know the homunculi told us they hadn't seen either of them in like a while, but that they didn't really have a true sense of how long that had been. So if there's any way, and I seem to recall that there was, in the room where the summoning circle is, there was the pedestal to hold like the spell book or whatever, that had a place for that, and had sort of, I might be misremembering, but I thought there was a little bit of like a dust outline where it's like, oh, it hasn't been so long that we've lost the impression of where the book would sit.
Right.
But I also know that our less than clever buddy was also in here for a while, so I don't know what all he explored and touched. So
Is that me?
I would never refer to you as a buddy, Angel.
Looking around, this does not seem to be a place that really collects dust necessarily. Like, so you look out when you're like looking around, you also look out the window, and you know, in a place like this, you expect to see a bustling town outside, or perhaps a nice sea view. There is a like purple-green miasma around the house. You are definitely in
another dimension.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
But you get the sense that there's not. I mean, there's cat dander and fur everywhere. There's a spot at the end of her bed where you can tell that the cat's always asleep because it is covered in cat fur.
Ah.
But you don't get the sense. Give me an investigation roll, if you would.
Sure. Investigation. That is a 13.
Okay, yeah, better than your passive.
Better than my passive.
So with that, I will give you that it doesn't look like it's been more than a few months.
Okay.
6 months at the outside
Okay.
since she died. That's what everyone has been assuming because her spell books were all her books were all willed to Candlekeep, and they came to
Right.
Candlekeep. But also, there's homunculi about.
Right. I think that's what's bothering Sabachthani, because I think we determined that she would know about that, or somebody told us about that. So.
It had been discussed that homunculi die when their maker does.
Right. So yeah, she's a little concerned, and all of the joking aside, she is now having a little bit of that concern of like, are they somewhere in here, but trapped in some way or imprisoned in some way? Like in her family, things like imprisonment and banishment are not that uncommon. So
Certainly not trapped in a painting.
yeah, for anything to indicate that Festandia was in fact a gold dragon, because we're gonna have a different set of problems. Ugh. But yeah, I think I'll just keep digging around, and then probably like check that she can like reach the strap to pull the thing down, but she's not going to go into the attic without backup. 'Cause she's smarter than that, especially seeing what's already happened today.
How tall is Sabachthani? About?
I believe we determined that she is 6 feet plus heels and horns.
Oh yes, you can easily reach the handle. Looking at the size of with that 13 investigate, and you like mentally gauging everything, you think Festandia is about 5'8", 5'9", if this place was made for her height.
Right, so it's comfortable for her to be able to grab.
Exactly. So for you, it would just be like reaching up like this, whereas she would have to do like a full extension of her arm.
Right. Okay. Cool.
And are you going to circle back to the library, or are you going to keep looking elsewhere?
I think I might go back into the... I mean, I might double check on just the chained library. If there's any books in there that we didn't particularly discover or that look interesting.
There were.
There's some swords on the wall you might want to.
I have a sword, thank you. It's very decorative.
Quite. I mean, there were a lot of interesting books in the chained library.
I think I'm going to go in there because I have a suspicion that anything relating to my particular areas of interest is more likely to be there. So,
Stop it.
But yeah.
Yes, I yell at
general,
inanimate objects.
Yeah. In general, I'm just kind of keeping an eye out for, anything sketchy or slimy that might be slurping around. Flip through books and wait for everybody to finish up their rest.
Well, and you would be particularly interested in a couple of the books in here because they have to do with planar lore. Most of them are not exactly like technical manuals or the how-tos. It's a lot more stories because actual like the planar shifts and things, they're more art than science.
Totally.
So, and especially with what you're looking for, it is very nebulous art. It's more abstract. In
White.
Horrifying red and blacks.
Everybody has hobbies.
Don't they just? But you are able to find a couple of books that may have something in them if you're willing to sit and read through them. If you're willing to spend basically the time for a short rest sitting and reading them.
Yeah. I mean, once I find those, I'll kind of plop down sort of in a doorway so that I'm easy to spot, too, if anybody comes looking. And just kind of page through them for a bit.
There's a very comfortable planetarium.
Yeah.
With a nice grassy knoll.
Yeah, totally. Nope. That's probably where I'll park.
Go flop out on the grass with the...
Yeah, full on the stomach, kicking the heels, reading the... No. She does not sit like that. That is so undignified.
Someone, please do a pinup drawing of that.
The Simpleton's Guide to Macaroni Art. Nope.
How tall is the pile behind Lester?
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing for an hour. I'm just-
Yeah. Even though, like, I made it clear I already found the
Right,
whole
yeah.
Liliana Elliott section, and I'm just going through those books.
Are you just ignoring him at this point?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
At
Yeah.
this point.
You have gone through all of the books that are in the library. They are stacked up in a haphazard heap behind you. Ooh.
Yeah.
And the short rest comes to an end.
Woohoo!
And you are able to get back those hit points.
Awesome.
That spell slot.
Not full.
Neither is Wu Yao, though I think he's closer than you are.
I have 6 out of 7.
He has 7 out of 8.
All right.
He's always
And-
got to one-up you.
Yeah. Except in age.
Odila would have just wanted to take any of the Elliott books that seem different from the ones she already received from the sages in Candlekeep.
It's interesting because looking at this collection, this particular copy of Tears of Argus stands out. The rest of them look like a set, you know, like how you get books in a collection or the bottle by the
Complete
same
works.
author.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks like an author that she really enjoys because they're really well thumbed through. But B, like she deliberately gets them so that they look good together. You know how some people get all hardbacks or all paperback copies of something, except this book.
This book is not well thumbed through,
It's well thumbed through,
but it doesn't look like.
but it
it's from
doesn't
the
look
same
like it
set.
fits the set.
Okay.
It looks like it looks like the special edition of the Fellowship of the Ring standing next to the normal DVD copy of
Got
the
it.
Fellowship.
Got it. So she's definitely going to take the copy of Tears of Argus. She would have flipped through the other books to see if Fistandia wrote any notes in the margin, and she'll take note of any of those.
Sure.
She finds them.
Well, and what's most interesting about the Liliana Elliott books is that it's not what you would necessarily expect to find in a wizard's collection. They're fiction.
Yeah.
Speculative fiction. If we were in a different universe, you might call it sci-fi.
Interesting. Okay.
So it's one of those things where it's like, A, it's weird to find it where you've been finding them, and B, what the fuck are they doing here?
Yep. So the box set probably doesn't look that interesting. It probably looks very similar to whatever she received from the sages. So she'll let that go, but she'll definitely pocket the copy of Tears of Argus.
Okay. All right, what is everyone else doing?
Hi. Oh, I feel so much better. Have you guys been bored? Oh, there's a stack of books behind you. You gotta put those back, you know.
She didn't want him. She was looking for a particular
Why would you
book.
throw books on the floor? Unless they're attacking you, of course.
Looking for a secret door.
Oh, did you find one?
No.
Okay.
I will note that Odila will take one extra book. It doesn't matter which one. She'll just grab one.
Okay.
She has a theory to test when she gets back to Candlekeep.
I knew she liked macaroni art.
She'll look at the book. Yeah, that happens to be the one she chose.
Sure.
It's like, fine.
I can always tell a macaroni art woman.
That's horrible. And I
You
love
should
it.
write that down.
Yes.
I don't write my own quotes down.
The rule was always you don't write the GMs down.
This is a weird.
The rules are you should write down the best.
I
the
mean,
best
I'll
quotes.
clip it later anyway.
Cheers. All right, so where are you guys going from here? She's up in the planet, or excuse me, Sabachthani for the podcast listeners is up in the planetarium, and the rest of you are down in the library.
Well, I mean, straight up to the attic. I think is the best course of action. Right?
Well, we should find your dear wife first, right?
I smell charred gardenias. She's this way.
Hey. We will follow less.
Who's the gardenias? And were they? Did they die in victory?
Well, many of them used to be small children.
Oh God.
Okay.
Not all of them. Some of them were souls who died nobly in battle.
Hear that, Woo?
Oh gosh.
Ah, here she is.
Oh, Angel. Did you all get a nice rest?
Oh yeah. I feel super good. I'm gonna watch. I can cast a spell.
Maybe you should save that,
Wait.
just in case.
I would pay good money to watch that.
Detect magic.
I'm thinking about casting detect magic, but that's another 10 minutes. 11 actually.
Oh, well, we all ready to go into the attic. I can open it up whenever we're all met.
Ready to go.
I think we're ready. Adilla's gonna draw both her daggers.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 4 times, shame on me.
Yeah, very casually, Sabachthani will get up. She'll pocket the books that she's been flipping through into her satchel or whatever, and just go over and very casually, just goink, get that trapdoor open.
All right, so it creaks with the sound of hinges that have not been oiled in several years. It is quite noisy as the trapdoor swings down and a ladder extends down to very gracefully touch the floor. And up above you is a dark room.
Perfect.
I got this. And I cast dancing lights, and I send a couple of globules up into the attic.
All right.
It's light up there now. Did you not want that?
No.
I could bring it back.
No, I think that would be helpful.
Okay.
I guess I'll go first.
Can
We all say it, we all looking at Odella.
Are these ladders in which I can at least hold one dagger still while climbing?
Yeah, so it's really a bit more like extendable stairs.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's at a pretty sharp incline, but you don't have to hold onto the ladder while climbing. You
Okay.
can walk up with
She will want to stay armed.
smart. All right.
I'll go after her.
Can you see in the dark? Okay. Just ignore the halfling that's up there. The lit. Anyway, it's up there. And I send all of the dancing lights up there and turn them into a humanoid shape.
I was
Just-
like, I'm waiting to see where this is going.
And just have it like, you know.
My backup character arrives. Hello, friends.
I don't want dancing.
Please
I don't know why dancing.
My name
lights
is
lets you do
Thistlebottom.
that. Lets you do that.
Because shenanigans, clearly.
Yeah.
Shenanigans are the best reason. So all of the dancing lights go up and conglomerate, congeal.
Into a vaguely humanoid shape.
Are we talking tall
Very-
humanoid? Or are we
I
talking?
find that offensive.
Very festive, Dewey. She'll call down.
So Odella climbs up, and are you going up sneakily? Are you going up? How are you?
Not
approaching
really,
this?
since we just sent lights up there.
Sent a glowing, vaguely humanoid
It's a glowing
shape.
halfling.
She'll be, definitely alert, but she's not trying to sneak. Yeah, I think the light would have ruined any of that.
Sure. So you come up and like you stop when your eyes are like right over the edge of the door or at the edge of the floor to look around because that would be part of your training.
Yeah.
And you look around. The attic seems to run the length of the house because you can like mentally mark out. I think this is where the bedroom is. I'm pretty sure that's where the chained library would be in relative space.
Yep.
It's an interesting space. There are.
How many mannequins?
Did you see me calculating to decide that?
Oh, God.
One more than you want there to be.
Which is at least
And
one.
why are they in lawn furniture?
So looking on one side, where using your like sense of spatial reasoning, over about where the bedroom is, there's a whole bunch of what looks like old furniture with sheets thrown over it. That kind of like pile of furniture that you get in pretty much every good-sized old attic. With a bunch of sheets thrown over it, some loose items here and there, and over above where the chain library is, yes, there is a small collection of mannequins.
Gosh.
Some of them look like dress forms, so they're more of like the torso down to like mid-thigh type of thing, and some of them are scarily accurate humanoids. You get the impression, because you know that she's been working with homunculi and the like, that she started off with sculpting this sort of thing to get a sense for what she was making.
Got it. She's gonna keep her eyes on those while the rest of the party. I mean, she'll yell down to have people come up. It's clear enough, at least right now.
Yes.
But she'll be keeping an eye. She's not gonna start exploring. She's gonna kind of stand high alert until everyone gets up there.
Okay. Sabachthani's going to have a little bit of trouble up here because it is a low ceiling.
Sabachthani's gonna bring up the rear of the group, and when she gets to the top of the stairs, she's just gonna sit on the edge with her feet on the ladder so that she can kind of keep an eye on the hallway below and the back end, so that
fair.
nothing can sneak up behind us, and also because she's too tall to stand.
Yeah, the ceiling is, I mean, it's a low just above 5 feet. So any of the taller characters have some issues. Wuya has no issue and goes diving into various corners looking for stuff.
Oh, well, okay.
Just casually sitting there like, just holla if you need anything. Pull out a nail file. Just kind of scan around.
I'm gonna send Rusty over to investigate those those mannequins.
Okay.
Just be like, just go make a ruckus over there. So.
Go make a ruckus, you're saying?
Yes.
Oh no.
I see you got the ruckus mug today.
Everything gets knocked over.
It's his fault I'm doing this, so yes.
So yeah, I'm not gonna like go through his eyes or anything. I'm just gonna be able to go and.
Go and cause a ruckus. Okay, so Rusty takes your command at face value and goes rushing through. Now, some of the mannequins are dressed in like full-on Victorian style, the heavy dresses and the bustles. That's the word I was looking for. And as he goes tearing through the legs of one of them, it tips over, and there's a domino effect as all of them go falling over. It is a truly unholy cacophony.
Well,
Dewey's just like,
Hope we weren't planning to sneak up on anyone.
no.
Dear, I think this couch would look good in our study.
Are you
It's
talking
not a
about
bad-
the upstairs or the downstairs? Because it's the upstairs I'm wanting to redecorate.
Well, it's a lovely piece.
Is it alive?
It does not appear so. Although it might be made out of druids.
I mean, that would just match the what's up on the landing, so that'll be fine.
Whew.
wow.
Odila is actually pulling off the sheets from the furniture.
So there's a beautiful wardrobe that's up against one wall. There's a whole there are several couches, including the one that Lester found. That when you see it, you see why why he thinks it was made out of druid. There's all sorts of like woodland patterns all over it.
Ah. Okay.
Maybe more dryad than druid.
Various and sundry chairs, some of it stacked a little bit haphazardly. There's a couple of desks that match the ones that are down in the library and the study. Just a lot of different kinds of furniture, as if someone had used them, liked them, but didn't have enough room for them at the moment, so stuck them in storage.
She's gonna knock on the wardrobe door before trying to open it first.
You hear a hollow wooden ringing sound.
Okay. She'll carefully open the door with dagger drawn.
My next backup character, Mr. Tumnus.
I knew as I said wardrobe that I was going to have to explain this. They're up here. You can smell camphor. So there are wards against moths and things like that up in here, and there are some very fine clothes hanging in here. This is apparently where she kept the best stuff that she didn't need for everyday use. There's a couple of very nice dresses, a trouser and jacket set, that sort of thing. Couple of capes, that sort of thing.
Yeah, she's kind of using her dagger to just... and Odila's pretty bored by clothes.
From over at the landing, Sabachthani will just lean over and kind of yell, "Go through the pockets! There might be jewelry of gold. That's where we like to stash things sometimes that people don't think to look."
Okay. Yeah, she'll raise her eyebrows and take that advice, actually.
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. Whoa, good thing. 12.
Okay. We did establish, by the way, because I mentioned it last time, that you can't roll below your
Oh,
passive
so 14.
anything.
14's my passive.
All right.
My problem is I can't roll above my passive.
Well, there's that.
That's
That
a
is
different problem,
that is
unfortunately.
certainly always an issue.
And I think I'm going to be, as people are exploring, I'm going to be casting Detect Magic as a ritual.
Okay. Go for it.
Ouya starts pulling out the
Yeah.
origami.
He's like, oh, it puts this piece of paper down. And that.
Everybody's racing for their detect magic.
Yeah, pretty much. Adela, can you roll me a D100, please?
Uh-oh. Better not be a fireball. That's what happened last time I rolled.
Number
It was
5.
fine.
You only lose 3 sanity on this one.
80.
No, that's an odd 8.
Odd 8. No.
That's an 0-8.
Yes.
I know my
Yeah.
way around.
Finally, a dice roll I recognize.
Those are my dice.
Yep.
That was almost the Jenkins voice.
His third backup character.
Oh,
Crossover
no.
episode.
All right, so you're searching through the pockets of the jacket that's hanging in there, and you hear something liquid slosh for a second, and you're like, and you reach in and you pull out a vial, much like the ones that were found down below, but this one you get a stronger sense from. You have found a potion of greater healing.
Okay. Just like with this group, that should be pretty useful.
You're now the healer.
You're not wrong.
No. Well, I mean,
You're the
yeah.
damage
Actually, she
healer?
probably will hang on to it.
Did you hand me back the other one? The healing potion?
Yes.
Even though
Did
you
you
didn't
take it?
drink it.
Oh, I'm taking it right now.
Okay.
Get that 1 point back.
No, I'm not going to
you're
take
putting it in your
I'm going
inventory.
to add it to my
Got it.
inventory.
You have a bag of 1,000 ball bearings.
Well, who doesn't?
I know, right?
It's my favorite starting equipment item.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so yes, you don't find anything else that stands out as being like valuable, like jewels or any of that sort of thing in there.
Okay.
Dewey, when you finish casting Detect Magic, I'm not going to make Wooya do it because he's NPC'd, I'm not running him.
I feel less useful.
Well, you should be here if you want to be useful. Just saying. I tease, I joke. When your magical sight gets overlaid over it, you're looking around and you look at the wardrobe and you can see that there's something magical in there.
Is it? So this is after she's already gone in there? I think there's something else in there. I'm gonna
Well, there were many clothes in there.
The cut was a tad conservative.
That's an easy fix to tailor. You just take it down a little bit further, right?
What exactly did you find, dude?
there's something magic in there. I'm gonna go look.
All right, roll me a d10, please.
Oh. 8.
Okay.
Your favorite number.
So I got an 8 too.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Stop beating up the table.
I built this table
Yeah, but you built
for
it.
Warren to sit here.
Now I understand why Warren is such a troll. All right, so you go into the wardrobe and you're flipping through, and most of the clothes look pretty normal until you come to one of the cloaks that's hanging there, and this cloak is glowing.
Oof, I will pull it out. And what does it look like?
Hang on.
Does it look like a
Just put it
bat?
on.
Or
Find out what-
green?
Has
or...
eyes all over it.
Oh no.
It's a robe.
You're a robe. When you pull it out, it is a kind of blue-gray with a hood that has gold trim around the outside. The interesting thing about it is that it has a bit of a tail.
Put it on.
I don't know about putting it on right now. I can. If you give me 10 minutes, 11 actually. I can.
Odilla's gonna describe it and put it on.
Do I have to attune to it? Because that takes an hour.
Oh right.
She holds it on for an hour.
No, you don't want to see anything happen when I. Fasten it on him.
When you put it on him, you do feel a tingle of magic over you pretty much immediately. You get the sense, because you know magic items, that this one does not require attunement.
Oh.
But did anything physical happen?
Not that you are aware of at this time.
Does he have a tail now?
Well, the tail of the cloak.
Do you feel different in any way?
I feel like I have a cloak on that's blue with gold trim. It's not usually my style, but I kind of like it.
Well, you
Is there a
said
mirror up here?
this
The
was
blue.
magic of some
Yes.
kind.
Yes. Hold on. Starts like with chalk on the ground.
Are you doing identify?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
not sure blue is your color.
I'll cast identify.
You're more of a fall.
Takes me 10 minutes.
Yeah.
11 actually.
And since that's taking a while, Odilla's going to get a little bored, and she will carefully stalk over to the mannequins. Both daggers stabbing.
Yeah, just start stabbing.
As you approach the mannequins, your foot presses on a board that's a little bit loose, and one of the mannequins tips. Startled.
Her instinct is to throw the dagger.
There's like a dagger in the forehead.
Yeah.
Roll me an attack roll.
Oh, come on. It's an automatic crit. Oh,
Oh, wait, where's my dagger?
that mannequin is hating.
21.
Yeah, your dagger goes into the mannequin's head and is stuck. It's stuck in too far to quiver. If this was if this was a person, you'd have gotten right through the skull and out the back.
Oh, hopefully that's not Vestandia turned into a mannequin.
This was one of the ones that was wearing a very Victorian style dress, but it seems to be inert.
Okay.
But it is bleeding.
She'll give it an
certainly
extra.
did all right
over there?
She'll give it an extra kick just in case, and then yank
You
her.
won that one.
Rusty's on his hind legs, back against the mannequin.
Legitimately, if you had rolled badly, you would have hit Rusty.
Sorry, Rusty. Yeah, she'll probably just kind of kick around at the mannequins to see if any of them look interesting.
Okay, roll me an investigate check, please.
Oh, let's do a different one. Here we go. Oh, gosh. That would only be a 10. Oh, but my passive is 14.
Correct.
I like these rules with the passive.
It's an interesting idea behind it. I kind of like it. I'm testing out whether
It makes sense.
It
depending
does.
on the character, right?
One of the things that I read, which I thought was cool, is if you're under stress, the roll counts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
Which,
that.
that makes a lot of sense. So if you're trying to, perceive while sneaking or something like that, or
running away from a monster of some
Can you
sort.
still take 20?
No.
Is that no?
No.
Anymore?
what's that?
Taking 10 and taking 20 was
3.5, I guess.
yeah. 3.5.
A little before my time.
Which is essentially what your passive is.
Okay.
It's 10 plus your
Oh, plus whatever
modifier,
your that
proficiency.
is.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're poking around in these mannequins, and as you're investigating them, you get more confident that they're not actually going to jump out and bite you.
Okay.
And that's when.
Oh, gosh. So then
We've gotten her trained on Delta Green.
yeah.
For real.
Once she feels more at ease around the mannequins, she'll start checking the pockets of the clothing on
Okay.
those as well.
One of the ones that is back in the way far corner and is kind of leaning with its forehead leaning against the corner of the wall. You kind of pat its pockets, and you hear a jingling sound.
Okay.
Electrum.
She'll dig it.
I hate Electrum. Hate it.
It only ever says nice things about you.
You know. No one says nice things about me. Sorry, what?
The island of Electrum was fantastic.
The Isle of Electrum was interesting, especially with all the traps that landed on Remy.
Which, yeah.
I don't like that you guys are talking about traps while we're in the creepy mannequin attic. There's a reason why I
Exactly.
stayed by the door.
Yeah. could you, my dear, roll me a D100?
Oh, another one. Okay.
Yeah, s'il vous plaît.
That would be
Mash
17.
Mash languages together mercilessly.
17 copper.
Actually, yes. That is exactly what's in there.
17 copper?
17 copper.
I'm just gonna like, hey, Dewey.
Got any bacon?
Rusty, can you bring me that?
No.
The fox looks at you, is like,
And just looks at me like,
She'll be like, okay.
and it is in a little pouch, so you can give it to
Okay.
you can give it to the fox to carry over.
Yeah.
Fox.
She's gonna put it all in. That's not worth her even carrying that little.
No.
every copper counts. That's all I know.
Yes.
Before I start casting Identified, I do suggest that Booyah cast Detect Magic as a ritual, just so that somebody has it up.
Okay, sure. So he'll be sitting next to you, laying out his carefully calligraphied pieces of paper. I'm sure that's not the word, and I don't care.
As I'm scrawling in chalk next to him, just
And it's definitely a study in opposites, because there's this scrawling chalk and then these beautiful written characters in a language that you probably don't recognize.
if it's Dwarvish, unless it's Elvish. Mm-hmm. Actually, I should look at my character sheet.
Why start now?
Common and Elvish. Let's.
Well, it is neither of those.
I did not splurge.
Tisk, for shame. All right, so yes, the two of you are casting Identify and Detect Magic, and when you finish casting Identify, you look at you have your hand on the item. Excuse me. It is the Cloak of the Manta Ray.
Ah.
It has a Manta Ray tail.
Now we need to find you some water.
I had to look up what this damn thing looked like.
I know. Sorry.
very
No, it's fine.
Look like.
Because I wasn't just going to tell you what it was.
Yeah. It looks like a sea pancake, but in cloak form.
With a cool, like, crisscrossy thing.
Wait, when you cast Identify, does it?
It-
Are you able to not only know what it is, but like what it does?
Yeah, so I learned everything about it. I'm like, wow, this thing is so cool.
And then he turns into a manta ray.
So I flip the hood up. I'm like, I can breathe underwater now.
There's no water anywhere around here.
Well, there's those jars down in the basement, but I would not recommend going in them. I think they're formaldehyde.
Yeah, this specifically says water. Well, it says I can breathe underwater.
I can go fill a bathtub for you to
Or
test it.
No.
Ooh, a bath does sound nice.
Maybe after we get out of the extra-dimensional space.
Yeah, the
sweetie?
library's next to, the sea of
Oh, we could
swords.
just chuck you off a cliff into the ocean. Perfect.
I don't know. I don't think it allows me to dive.
Oh, that seems like an oversight.
Well, yeah, do you have
Diving?
Do you have, what's the rest of that question?
Featherfall? Because I specifically took
Not feather.
not spells Wooyah had.
No, he does not have Featherfall. And he would tell you that because he has promised to share his spell book with you.
Aw.
Very sweet and touching.
Because they're in love. Oh, is there anything else?
Yes, sorry. It's not just the copper pieces as you're like rifling around in the pockets. Can you roll me another D100, please?
Ooh.
I get to actually use the tables.
25.
25. All right. It is 25 silver. One more time, please.
Oh.
Treasure type mild.
76.
76. Roll me 3d6, please.
Okay.
Here comes the electrum.
Gosh. 8.
All right. And in the last pocket, there is a small bag with 8 gold in it.
Nice. Okay.
So 17 silver, 8 or 20,
25.
25.
Yeah.
You better write this down because I'm not going to.
17 copper that Dewey now has, and 25 silver and 8 gold.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, that is a nice thing about streamed games. I don't have to remember things.
Yeah, but you gotta scrub through the entire thing. It's
Put it on 1.5 speed.
What's the timestamp of the money clock?
She's gonna try to pocket that without sharing.
All right, roll me a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
I give her advantage on that because I'm not.
16.
All right. Is anyone specifically watching?
I'm keeping an eye on what everybody's doing, but I'm also keeping an eye on downstairs.
Okay.
so-
Your passive perception is high enough that you catch it out of the. Oh no, excuse me. That is Odila.
I was gonna say no.
Not quite.
It's under.
Nope. So
You
you
notice yourself.
you notice.
I mean, even if I did notice, Sabachthani does not care. Other than, oh, I was right. There was stuff in the pockets. Good job, me. Like that's what she cares about.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, you're able to get into your pocket. No one around you is the wiser.
I find counting money to be a task for menial people. I just hand them the money and it's always enough.
That works.
Okay.
All right. So you guys have pretty thoroughly explored up here at this point. Is there anything else that you would like to look at before you head downstairs?
Are we sure there's no secret doors up here? Is there any books to throw on the ground?
You did detect magic, didn't you? Wouldn't you see if there was a magically hidden door?
I don't.
I mean, unless there's a non-magically hidden door that's just, standard non-magical illusionary or something.
Yeah.
I mean, aren't we just about the square footage of the actual house here?
Does square footage even matter in an extra-dimensional pocket?
Oh.
I'm gonna go to the end and see if it's a fake wall.
Okay. Roll me an investigate check.
Is this a load-bearing wall?
That's a no. That's it's a 3 on the die. So.
Okay.
Well, wait. What's my passive investigate?
Good question.
14.
So tapping on it, you're tapping around it a little bit and just like, this seems like, in as much as anything is a normal wall. And Wuya confirms a moment later because he comes up next to you and is looking at it. He's like, that wall looks like all the rest of them. It's all made up of the glowing symbols. Yes, this is my impression of James as Wuya.
That's sure a wall.
Yeah, that's a wall, Dewey.
Good job, you found it.
Please
what
tell
about-
me you did not cast Identify.
Well, I would, but it takes 10 minutes. Well,
Okay.
actually 11. So I'm gonna run to the other wall and knock on that one too. The other
All
one.
right.
Man, you give them a nap and these children are just running around willy-nilly.
One more investigate check, please.
Remind me not to give them anything with sugar in it.
14, because that's my passive.
Yep.
Also, not gonna use the die.
that needs to be in timeout for a
The
while.
first banishment of the night.
First bench for the campaign.
Speaking
so
of
far,
that, are you rolling Birds of Paradise?
I
over
am
there?
rolling Birds of Paradise.
As am I.
That's what I missed at the
Oh.
beginning. My apologies. We do have friends of the show. We have Nord Games, which are mentioned in the giveaway that will be coming up in the next about 10 minutes or so. Thomas, do you have that set for Nightbot?
It's close. When we go to the break, it'll be ready.
Yeah.
We'll let you know when to put in #chaos to win a book. And we also have our dear friends of the show, the Birds of Paradise.
Yeah.
I've had Andrea in my house for over a week. I lose all sense of time and words.
Andrea's now invisible to you.
It's just gone. But yes, Birds of Paradise. We roll a bunch of them here. Alondra has the magpie over there that I can see. I can see the copper and my cabbages over there. I'm very much looking forward to getting my mitts on my Kickstarter dice. It's very exciting. It's getting close. So.
Speaking of that, we just got raided by Goblin Cave TV.
Hello, welcome.
It's just a CCTV feed of a Goblin Cave that just runs 24/7.
Love it.
I liked
it's-
Goblin TV when they actually played music.
But
It's all now reality shows and just
it's Goblin drama.
yeah.
Oh my
It's not
god.
the same.
A lot of screeching and pulling of necklaces.
8 goblins living in a house.
It's the producers that are
I
really
just
the problem.
really hate dogs and horses. It never changes. It's dogs and horses.
The real world, Underdark.
That's
And
not
you
a bad
were worried
idea.
we were gonna run out of things to do.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Honestly, I
We're not
was.
gonna level.
Yeah, not tonight, you're not.
Speaking of which, welcome Raiders.
Welcome.
At our break, we're going to be giving away a book that's over there that someone can hold up. You get to choose either Spectacular Settlements or the Ultimate Bestiary
Any
Dreaded and
goblins
Cursed.
in there?
Maybe.
Well, they would be undead goblins.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it would
Those
be
are goblins.
It would be a Revenge of the Horde for live goblins.
Yeah, Revenge of the Horde, their book has fantastic goblins. They have a goblin bomber who throws bombs.
Whoa.
And your PCs, after killing said goblin, can carry those bombs with them and never use them.
Because the cleric was smart enough to get that bomb away from the fighter and put it in her bag of holding where he couldn't find it.
This is feeling really personal.
Yeah, this is oddly specific.
He started it.
And by the time like they thought about using it, the 2d8 damage was like, yeah, okay, whatever.
I mean, you also said that to Aaron, who will use an action to pull an animal out of a bag of tricks.
But
He will
so
use
better.
3 actions to pull 3 animals out of a bag.
And they're so mad that Elspeth has that in Frostmaiden and never uses it because she uses her actions for other things.
Well, you're out of spell slots, so
I'm out of everything, babe.
Better, you just pull a bomb out of a bag.
yes, but that would require Andraste reminding him that it's there, and she knows better.
Did we find any bombs in the pockets of the mannequins? We're only level 1 right now. That seems really handy.
I wonder what impact explosives have on extra-dimensional spaces.
Well, do you have 2 bags of holding? Because we can find out.
Do you have 1 bag of holding?
Yeah.
We're first level, everyone.
I am holding a bag.
That's something.
So walls.
And the walls all look as normal as walls do in this space.
It's another wall, Dewey.
So you're
Thank
saying
you.
I think we've thoroughly investigated this place.
Is that your professional opinion?
It is, yes. Yes, I have thoroughly investigated a lot of things.
Is everyone ready to...
That was a sentence.
Okay.
Goes back to the manacles, I think.
Is there anything else in this mansion we need to...
I think there's
Investigate.
There's a tentally creature that we should.
What?
I don't think we
Leave
want to investigate it. We just don't want it following us out.
Remember, whenever we get out, I don't know. There's something out there.
I thought that's why we were letting you take a nap before we left, so you would have
Oh.
your spells back. I don't really understand what your whole...
We can't stay in
System is.
here forever.
No, I suppose not.
I mean, there seems to be a fairly limitless supply of food.
I will not be staying in here forever.
They make a nice mint julep.
Oh, I'm sure to get bored of it much longer.
Odola's gonna start going down the stairs.
All right.
Is there anywhere that seems like important, like where the 2 might be?
Important is probably mostly the rooms that you have been in. There are a couple of doors that you haven't opened
I
yet.
think we should open all the doors at least.
Okay.
Like, we're still looking for Fistandia and Freya, right?
Freyot.
Forgot. I mean, I
Oh.
suppose it's worth doing due
Yeah,
diligence. At least poking our heads in.
Just take out her dagger.
I'll be back here.
Sabachthani will just leave the way. She's fine being the first one to open the doors,
Yeah.
especially if Odila's right behind with daggers.
That's
so.
perfectly fair. So going downstairs, there's a door in front of you and to your side. Do you want to open one, both, or neither?
This is coming down from the attic.
Yeah, down on the main floor off of the foyer.
So where there's the kitchen and then there are
Yes.
2 other doors.
Yeah.
We visualize.
Oh, so it's the ground floor we haven't discovered. Or
Correct.
We haven't. Okay.
There's a basement from here.
Yes, the basement that they've been in.
Okay.
Yeah,
We went through the book.
Did you open all the doors in the basement?
yes.
You guys did.
Definitively.
And I will confirm that from back here.
Oh, yeah.
We'll just open
So-
one of the doors.
Yeah.
I'll do the same thing I've been doing, and I will go to the left first, which is the one in front of me.
Okay. So you open the door. Too many books.
And I'm immediately jumped by an undead octopus.
This end of the building is an arboretum with open arched walls. Flowering shrubs and small trees grow between paved paths that meet in a semicircular patio. There's no sun, but two glowing globes hang above the plants, bathing them in light. There are colorful blossoms everywhere, filling the air with their perfume.
Well, the flowers were
found the
not in the
Standing in the back, does it look like there's like dust as I send the light in, the dancing lights in?
Well, you don't need to send the light in if you don't want to, because there are 2 drifting globes of light already in there, illuminating the plants.
Okay. And
But if you want
is
to add
there,
more
like,
light-
pollen there, like Does it look like shafts?
Are
of
you allergic?
light? Well,
I can imagine Dewey is.
well,
There's so many allergies.
well, we do have those brand new condition modifiers. And there might be poison in there.
I would totally count allergies as being poisoned.
Is it,
Congested.
are there,
Where is everything?
it's,
Well, yeah. Are you still seeing the magic? Do you want to come take a quick look in here? Poke your head in. Yeah.
So he comes down next to you and like puts his hand on the doorway and like Scooby Doo's through it. And he looks around. He's like, "Well, the globes are magic."
I would hope so.
You'll say those words many times as you grow older, my boy. Many times.
Now, Lester Angel, he's only 8 years old.
Also, let's not be so heteronormative here.
And then he kind of pauses and goes, "I think there's something in here."
Sabachthani immediately leans in to look past.
We could close the door.
push Booyah in.
We
Me.
could close
No.
the door.
Could Rusty perhaps scout for us?
Yeah. Rusty, go in there. Booyah, come back.
Yeah, push the door more closed so we can just like peek through the crack.
And I
feel bad
will
using
jump
Rusty's
in and I will look through Rusty's eyes
Okay.
and try and find a place to hide and look around. And now I need to look up.
And then we get to watch a fox eaten by an octopus.
No, it's a fake creature that's just gonna disappear into the ether, to
As
the Feywild.
you do. Come on. Give me the thing I want. S'il vous plaît. Da?
And does anyone know? Does it use the familiar's stats for perception or mine?
If you're looking.
When I've done it in the past, kind of doing the warg, it's been my mental but their physical stats, similar to like druid wild shape is how we've done it. I don't know if that is canonically correct, but
Well, hold on. Familiars.
Which one is more interesting?
What's that? Acts independently, communicate with it telepathically. You gain the benefits of any special senses that the familiar has. But I'm gonna say that it's gonna use your perception unless you need it to like do something specific with like smell or whatever else is specific to the cat block that we have repurposed into
Right.
foxies.
Keen smell, so advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on smell.
There it is. Roll me a perception check with advantage then.
Oh, that was. I blame Aaron.
Rolled off a 20.
It was a 20, and then like it was just vibrated, and then went to a 6.
did.
So that is a 7.
Oh
Okay.
man, with advantage.
Yes, I should have just used my passive perception.
If we
which is much
use-
higher.
If we use an inspiration, do you get to re-roll both of them?
It's a d6 in
Adding
here.
D6.
But you would be able to add d6 to the bigger of the two.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't see. I don't see anything in there, everyone.
There we go.
By the way, I can't hear you if you're talking about me. If you're saying nice things, thank you. I can only hear because I'm inside the file.
what does Dewey look like when he's working? Is it just like the like zoned out glaze Dover standing perfectly still?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But he's still like
Talking to
nervously
you.
talking the whole time.
Hey, yeah, sorry everyone. I can't. Don't push me over. No, really.
Don't you
Booyah.
dare.
I was talking
Booyah.
to Woo-Yai.
No, that was directed at everyone. Don't you dare.
Wuya did think about it though for a
He was
moment.
like,
Okay. Nope.
Okay.
There's nothing in here.
Well,
And then you hear through Rusty's ears just the faintest of giggles.
Okay, there's something in here and it's laughing at this thing.
What kind of laughter? Like nefarious demonic laughter? Or like.
he can't hear us,
la-
my love.
God damn it.
Was that like it?
Can I press my ear up to the crack of the door that I've been looking through and try to listen to see if I hear anything?
Sure, give me a perception check.
I'm gonna cause a ruckus. And then I have Rusty cause a ruckus.
okay.
Unnatural 20.
Excellent. You do hear that giggle.
Great. Does it sound like the closet?
No.
Okay.
It does, with a 20, I'll give you it sounds kind of fey.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Sure.
Okay.
And Rusty proceeds to cause a ruckus. He tears through several of these, like... So there are some, like, planter boxes, and he jumps up into one of them and starts, like, digging and throwing dirt just everywhere, and you hear, like, a... like something just got smacked in the face by flying dirt
Okay.
from behind him. But when he turns around to look through with your vision as well, you don't see anything.
Okay, so I come back out. I tell Rusty, just keep going.
And he is
Crazy like a fox.
You're very cavalier with that poor creature.
he is very much a bull in a china shop at the moment, going around and causing destruction.
So there's something in there that giggles.
Yes, I believe I heard it as well.
Do we really need to find out what this
Nope.
is?
I'm perfectly fine just leaving it in there.
But what if
Bring
it's...
your dog back and let's go.
I agree.
Okay, I'm gonna tell Rusty to come back.
Okay, he's gonna start running back. Can you roll me a wisdom saving throw for Rusty, please?
Does it rely on smell?
No.
That is a hard no. That's a 5.
Wow.
Okay, as
You're
I'm getting a different box.
Yeah, I was
This is
gonna say.
terrible.
Here, do you want just...
mostly so he stops whinging about it.
Oh, that wasn't loud. By the way, that makes a very loud noise.
Excellent magnets. Definitely needs the bottom leather replaced. Thank you, Aaron.
With felt.
Well, yes.
What are the top magnets for?
Goes together, and then you put a lid on it, and you can carry it.
You can put dice minis.
Put your weed in there.
Modular.
That too.
And that, yeah, Aaron would really ruin it.
So you're no longer in Rusty senses, right?
Correct.
Okay. So you don't hear him coming anymore.
I wouldn't know if he's been poofed.
He hasn't been poofed.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Rusty's still in there, but I no longer have a connection to him, which has never happened before.
Well, that's not true. You do have a connection to him, but you know that he's not coming.
Oh.
You get sort of a sense of, well,
He's
roll me a d6.
yeah. I
Spawn-
You get a
He's
sense of a
just gonna-
random.
Suboxy's just gonna crack the door open and kind of
5.
like peek through. She's very much body blocking the door, but
Okay, he's kind of standing there in the middle of the floor, looking up, but not really moving. Sorry, what are we rolling for?
I want to peek through the door.
Okay,
Because
yes.
I'm like kind of body blocking, so I'm only opening it like a crack, but I do actually just want to look through and see if I can get eyes on him.
Okay.
That's a 15.
All right. So you don't see anything else, but you do see Rusty standing there in the middle of the floor, looking up and off in a direction like he was tracking something, but now he can't move.
Dewey, I think Rusty might be having a bit of a predicament.
Is your dog broken?
I'm gonna snap him to a pocket dimension.
All right. Do you need to be within a range of that to happen, or is it just happen?
100 feet.
Yes, you are well.
Ooh, what happens
Yeah.
in now we've got a pocket dimension and an extra dimensional space.
You are handily within 100 feet, so he disappears, and you can feel him go into that space. So he is there, and then you lose connection with him.
I'm just gonna close the door.
And as you do, you hear little claws scrabbling at the door, with giggles.
No. You can stay in there. Thank you very much. We should be going.
There's another door.
Another door?
Wonderful. You want me to open that one as well?
Yes.
Excellent.
Dagger is ready.
We'll walk over to the next door and we will repeat the Scooby-Doo process.
Yeah.
Like, peep the door.
With Booyah down below you.
Yeah.
So Bethany is very specifically making sure that she doesn't open the door enough for him to, like, slide past and just walk in, because she just knows he will try. So she's, like, fully body blocking with, like, one platform heel planted behind the door, so it doesn't open any further, then she'll let it.
You needn't worry, my love. He seems much less driven than in previous adventures.
Notice he seems to relax since that nap.
It's mellowed him immensely.
He just needed the human equivalent of turn him off and turn him on again.
Maybe I should go into IT instead of doctoral studies.
That didn't help you in the same manner.
Nope.
Must have been all that fake snoring.
Looking inside, you see a dining room. Large windows form the entirety of one wall, looking out on 3 planted beds filled with vegetation. Within this room, a crystal chandelier hangs above a table made of dark wood. 6 matching chairs with scarlet cushions surround the table. A 7th chair sits alone in the far corner. And then there are various tapestries on the walls depicting grapevines and the process of making wine.
Perhaps let's not burn these ones.
I don't think Lester has anything personal against wine based on his consumption.
I am a fan of these gentlemen's work.
But Odila will use the dagger to pull the tapestry away from the wall.
Are you guys going inside?
Yeah.
I'll go in.
All right.
If they all seem to want to go in, then I will step back.
All right, because I was like, Suboxone's blocking the door.
hard
This is up to
Okay,
you.
sorry,
I don't
sorry.
trust you guys.
Yeah, I want to go inside.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, nothing immediately jumped at us or started chuckling or anything. So I will step aside.
All right, so you guys are coming in and looking at the wall where the tapestries are, and as you're moving past the table, roll initiative.
Another animate
Of
object.
course.
That's more like it. This dice tray is amazing.
But what about that sweet, sweet Foley, Thomas?
Yeah.
I've been rolling low for initiative.
It's fine. It just gives us a chance to absorb the damage, so
And-
you can come
Yeah,
in
and to get
them.
near
That's
for my
true.
sneak attack.
Very, very fair.
I'm so glad I have no spell slots. This is gonna be great.
Cantrips are wonderful.
Bard. They're not that wonderful for combat.
That's completely fair. All right.
Everything about you is wonderful, my love.
Oh, thank you, Angel.
Oh, I should probably roll for you.
You don't have to. You can just keep all of your stuff out of initiative. That's fine.
You want me to keep Wuya, your friend, out of initiative?
If it means you're keeping the other thing out of initiative, then sure.
Nope. Sorry, no can do. All right. 25 to 20.
24.
Damn.
23, actually.
Yikes.
All right. 20 to 15.
17.
18.
All right. So that is.
Wuya's all the way in the corner there.
I know. I need to look up what his freaking initiative is.
He's sitting over there thinking about what he's done.
He's got like a 20 in everything for some reason.
Right?
And Odila.
9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything's faster than that.
Your dex is higher than his.
She just likes
Oh,
to
you have a Wuya.
Yeah, Wuya's
Thank you.
right.
Yeah.
That's what you guys were trying to tell
You
me.
have a wooya hanging. Just
Yeah.
right over
a
there.
little bit in the corner there. So before we get started on this, let's go to break.
Whoa! All right. So enter #chaos into the chats. It's set up and ready to go.
Hooray!
Yay.
#chaos to win a Nord Games book, either Spectacular Settlements or The Ultimate Bestiary, The Dreaded Accursed. If you are in the US, you can win a physical copy, probably, maybe even one of the ones that we have been handling here tonight. Or,
We'll lick it for you.
or
Different one.
or a PDF if you are outside of the United States. And we will be back shortly. Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome back to Swords and Sages, as our characters are about to go into a fight. And I think we're about to push the big red button.
Push the button.
Push the big red button.
Pull the lever, Kronk!
Not that lever.
Wrong lever!
All right. If Bomb Clancy wins,
Reign of Terror.
Yes.
I'm just going to say, if Bomb Clancy wins, we're just going to do another drawing. She'll win, but,
Is that
We'll do
just
it
is that
again.
just for her?
yes.
Someone's gonna win.
Because
Bomb
honestly, because it's like first in the list, I think Nightbot is like, oh, here's the first one.
So Tiana, I need to talk to you about a homebrew item that I'd like to have now. It's called a Clancy Bomb.
Ooh.
Okay.
Talk
okay.
to me. Talk to me.
Here it goes. Here it goes. The Mighty Meeple.
Hey, I haven't heard that name in a while. Congratulations.
Yes.
Nice.
Thank you.
Well done.
Brava.
You win one of these tomes.
Yeah,
Yes.
tome is a good word. Also, book stop for spectacular
I
settlements.
just want to
Yeah.
get that profile view here.
Yeah, if you want to go for tonnage, your spectacular settlements is your choice.
All right, and since we are heading into combat, we have 500 bits from Tamagotora for the players.
Nope, that's 3 for 3 on non-catching.
That like rolled all the way down your arm.
I was kind of hoping to get it into the
I'm
shirt.
just gonna start catching with my cleavage. It'll work better.
I have no comment worth making.
The combat music has begun.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Well, let's go home.
I'm imagining this is going to be like Be Our Guest, but battle
Dance
mode.
number. Here comes the dance number.
So, let's see, it is, you didn't come in, did you?
Oh, I did.
You did.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, that's right, because
The two people who didn't come into the room are at top of the order.
As it
I'm
tends
in the
to be.
doorway. That's where I've been most of the night.
I have a strange feeling I go before whatever is assaulting us.
Can't imagine why you would think that. All right, so as you are walking around the table, one of the chairs lashes out a pseudopod and catches you around the ankle.
Which one?
It gets a surprise round because it was
Because the combat music is playing.
We forgot to check for traps. Classic mistake.
I neglected to stab everything that
You know, a complex.
Whenever we hear this music,
That's not what all you talking
Yeah.
Music.
about.
Don't you hear the music? It makes me just want to
Vanilla,
fight.
heads or tails?
Tails.
Heads. It goes after Wu Yang.
Yay!
well, that-
I didn't want to win.
I lost.
That was our dex check last time.
You know, I'm gonna make you afraid of checks. I've been learning way too much from Ezra. So the pseudopod lashes out and wraps around Wuya's ankle, and hits and then some.
unhand that untentacle that boy.
I didn't actually expect you guys to go into combat tonight.
We tried not to.
I know, but you walked into the mimic room.
Oh.
did.
Oh, it does impressions?
Do you think this is
Vincent Price.
a full mimic as opposed to a?
I think
Sort
William
of mimic?
Shatner would sound a little something like this.
Oh god.
Because a full mimic can engulf one of us and eat us in one round.
Correct.
Sorry, Wuya. That's what you get.
I mean, he's bite-sized.
It's fine. He has plot armor tonight. He's probably the best person to get attacked.
You're not wrong, but he does take a very hefty 5 points of damage out of the seven that he currently has.
Oh dear. Okay.
So, but now it is top of the lineup, Dewey.
So I just heard something,
You just heard something go slurp,
and
and then Wuya screamed.
There appears to be a tentacle attached to that chair, Dewey. Maybe it's better that you stay outside.
can I see the chair?
I
don't know which one it is.
If you look around Sabachthani's shoulder, you can.
Okay, I will look around the shoulder. So shoulder.
Probably under her arm. I'm very tall.
And cast Ray of Frost.
Okay, roll me an attack.
I guess we have to break all the chairs in this room.
It's over 20?
Oh yes, that hits.
Okay.
Oh yes.
That is a 24 to hit.
All right. Yep. Roll me some damage.
7 points of cold damage, and its movement is reduced by 10 feet.
Excellent. All right. Is there anything?
And then I'm going to just tuck back behind, just
Just cut back around over here.
Yep.
Works for me. Sabachthani, you're up.
Right. Don't have a lot of good options, so I'm just gonna roll my eyes a little bit and be like, why is every time with the furniture and the books? And she's gonna draw her just way, like, stupidly over elegant rapier out. It's got like a filigree handle. It looks like a toy. And she's just gonna walk up and stab this thing, or at least attempt to.
All right. Give me an attack roll.
That will hit. That's a 23.
That certainly hits.
Ooh, for 10 whole damage.
Dang.
Nice.
So as you stab this thing, you see it. It still looks like a chair but with a pseudopod sticking out the bottom. Its form wibbles and then falls, and it turns into what you would recognize from your studies as a mimic. This one looks like it is more damaged than than the spell and the slash would account for.
Darling, I think it's injured already.
Good.
Could you maybe help me out over here? I need to wipe this off.
Injure it further?
Please, darling.
I believe it is your turn.
All right, well, I'll go Eldritch Blast. For like, impressions are the lowest form of comedy.
It is currently attached to Wuya.
So
Yes, it's
that is 14.
14 hits.
All right.
Roll me some damage.
Green putrescence does 5 points of damage.
All right. Yeah, your green putrescent bolt slams into it, making it wibble and wobble. Doesn't quite fall down, but it does look like it's taken some serious injury. And it is now its turn, and it's got advantage on attack against Wu Ya because he has it grappled.
Oh gosh.
I am not bringing Mimi in because I can't do the voice. I did seriously
Does this count as a
consider it.
cameo?
Oh.
Should we
Oh,
talk
Mimi
to
kills
it?
James's character. Headline in the newspaper tomorrow.
Poetic justice of that.
Oh man.
You created me. I will destroy you. I'm everything you made. You did this to me. I learned it from you, Dad. I learned it from you.
Oh man.
Someone clip that and send it to James. I please.
Why won't you love me?
James, we made an exception. Characters can die in their here.
It's too poetic.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a nat 20.
No!
You're delicious, Father. You're so delicious.
Oh, come on. Minimum damage? Why? Rude.
Well,
To make up for
Dang.
that nat 20.
Nature versus
Apparently.
nurture.
Wuya goes unconscious, drops to the ground, kind of held up by this thing's pseudopod, but his eyes are rolled back and he's just still. Odila.
well, Odila has her 2 daggers drawn, so she's gonna rush in, try to slash at whatever tentacle is
Above the table, Thomas.
wrapped.
If I kill Wuya, I get the extra hit points.
Oh god.
We're not doing XP leveling. Don't kill the PCs.
She will slash at whatever tentacle is grappling Wuya first.
Okay,
Uh,
go ahead and roll me an attack.
Yep. 20.
It hits, handling.
If I ever get an area effect spell.
We should just trade.
For full damage, 8.
All right, so you slash through this pseudopod, and it It cuts all the way through. It looks like it has been burned before. So he did ice damage. You saw that very clearly. This looks like a burn. What you're helping cut all the way through.
Interesting.
So, but you've cut all the way through the pseudopod, and it goes flopping on the ground.
Okay. And because she already had her second dagger out, she's gonna slash with that one at whatever looks the most like a face.
Okay.
Oh, so booyah then. Booyah.
There's a small roll.
Oh, friendly fire.
He looks up at you.
Let's do this. Yeah, that'll be 22.
Hits with authority.
Wait, what's the difference between my offhand?
So you have two-handed combat. So for you, there is no difference.
Oh, cool. 7.
Okay. So you're watching. You guys are all watching Adela, except Booyah, who is currently unconscious. And it is almost like a dance.
Oh wait, but I get sneak attack too on that first one. I forgot.
It could be on either one.
Okay, so I'll do it on this one.
It's just once per turn.
Oh, that's true. Oh, dang, only an extra one.
An extra one. Okay.
You
so,
only extra killed it.
So she comes through with kind of a backhand swing, and then plants this dagger in the middle of the thing's head, twists it, pulls it out, and it is all over the floor.
I regret nothing.
Well, at least it was not a book.
Small mercies.
I'm gonna go and try and stabilize Wuya.
All right.
With what? I have the potion.
I believe.
I don't think. Just don't use a spell because I have a potion.
I was saying, I believe Wuya has a potion if you just want to pour it down his throat.
That mimic
I have a
sure
potion.
did not like that.
I've got a bag of 1,000 ball bearings.
How is that supposed to stabilize him, Sugar?
Dewey. Okay.
Okay, I have a healer's kit. That's a nat one. That's a nat one.
Maybe if I put some mimic on him, it will make real skin.
So we are still in initiative because he's making death saving throws, and well, he has made his first one.
Okay.
Well, the first one has been rolled. Let's put it
Got
that
it.
way.
Got it.
And that was Dewey's turn to
Stick a thumb in his bleeding
thank
wound.
the gods. You
Okay.
cannot actually critically fail a skill check.
Yep.
But you are just like fumbling. It's like you don't know what to do with a body that is this small because usually you're dealing with adults.
Yes.
And you're just trying to figure out
They're
how
usually
to.
manacled, so it's a lot easier.
Dewey.
So many questions.
Okay. That'll die.
It's not a metal die. I just throw hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you get him with the gay dice?
Will be.
I am not throwing.
Yeah, don't throw those. That's a sharp one.
It's sharp and it's heavy, and I'm not throwing it.
We'll be off next week with Thomas and a broken clavicle.
Great.
But
Before we
yes.
get to his next death save.
Yeah, he would. Wow. Okay. Yes, you haven't made it worse, but you haven't made it better.
Okay.
Sabachthani.
I can't see his character sheet right now because I'm not on my normal tablet where I have my cheater tabs. Does he still have the potion that I gave him last week? Because I gave one to each of them last week.
Let me see if
And I
there's inventory.
don't-
There is a potion.
I
of
usually
healing.
have everybody's character sheet pulled up
There
because
is a potion of healing.
There's a way to
on it.
cheat that I don't know
I was
about.
just saying, GM habits I heard. Great. Sabachthani, remembering that she gave him a potion earlier, is just gonna run up, like, rifle through his pockets or whatever to find it, and is just gonna pour it down his throat.
Okay.
I'm not gonna waste time stabilizing if I can just wake him up. We might have more of these things to fight.
Perfectly fair. Do you want to roll the dice or the potion dice, or shall I?
I'm happy to.
Go right ahead.
2d4 plus 2.
Yes, ma'am.
That is 6.
He is back up with almost full hit points. The glories of being
That was pretty ironic, wasn't it?
Right? Just look at me like, all right, Sugar, maybe we should be not in this room right now.
You're right, Sabachthani. The pockets are where people keep their valuables.
Where do you have
Odila
your
is going around and stabbing the rest of the chairs.
Yeah, I'm just zapping every chair in the. Yeah, that's
So they're just like methodically
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast, stab.
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast,
Pretty
stab.
I'm gonna herd the kids
And
out
we
of the
meet
door.
in the middle.
That was strangely cathartic.
Yeah.
Did you kill them all?
No, I have not received any bonus hit points.
That is unfortunate. You should talk to Mother about that.
So you two have made the circuit around the room and stabbed the other 6 chairs, including the one in the corner that was hanging out over there, and none of them appear to be tentacled pseudopodid creatures.
She's going to throw her dagger at the tapestry. No, she's going to throw her dagger at the tapestry.
Oh, I do like destroying the tapestry.
Roll me an attack roll.
Uh-oh. An 8. No, sorry, a 10.
Inanimate object AC is usually 10, so yeah, your dagger sticks into it and then like pink comes back off. You hit the wall behind it. It appears to just be a tapestry.
Okay. She'll walk up to retrieve her dagger, and she does want to kind of pull the tapestry and look behind it because hidden doors are always behind tapestries.
Almost
And
always.
the uncles.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
What?
Okay.
More things in heaven and earth, Horatio.
Using my own favorite quote against me. I see
My favorite
you.
quote too.
I see you.
I still hear that music. I think something means us.
Fallon, are you sure you've killed everything? Odila seems to be doing a mighty fine job on that tapestry, and you're just standing there.
Oh, these tables are harder than these are very high quality.
So you
Amish,
guys,
perhaps.
you folks have laid waste to the furniture and the tapestry in this room, and aside from the mimic body slowly turning into a pile of gloop on the floor, there does not appear to be any other
Okay.
dangers.
Pull a dagger out and start scooting the goo around for any treasure. Scooting the goo around. That's
Scooting the goo around. Okay. I almost want to make that the. I almost want to make that next week's title.
Not
Scoot the
bad.
goo, is that what the kids call it these days? I've never heard that one before.
Look, you do that in your room by yourself, boy. We don't need to.
We do not need to be involved.
Your goo can stay unscooted when you are amongst others.
We're not shaming. It's just not a public.
Okay.
Dewey's a team.
Still not a public activity. But yes, you have checked all of the furniture in here, and as you're stabbing your way through the room, there's like one of those long, low buffets along one of the walls.
Yeah.
And you like pull it open and you look. There's some silverware in there.
Lester, you love a buffet.
I do.
The usual like higher end silverware at a glance, because I mean you know this stuff. It's worth about 20 gold pieces.
But I would have to take the whole set to get that.
I mean, it is silverware.
Okay. This time she's not gonna try to sneak it. If we don't mind carrying some utensils out, the set would fetch us 20 gold.
I think we have plenty of silverware.
She'll look at
I
Dewey
have one
and-
fork
Oh,
that I use
Okay.
10 years.
Sarah
Wooya.
McLaughlin starts.
Wooya. Yeah, so she'll. Odila will.
I have one fork. Just one fork.
Please, with your help, Dewey can have a spoon. Operators are standing by.
Maybe a spore.
Dewey will invent a sport.
No spoons, only knives.
I can eat my bacon and my soup with it. Sabachthani will pop in and look and be like, oh yeah, no, this is looted, is that correct? This is what adventurers do? Certainly, and we'll help you scoop up the silverware.
Thank you.
Look, Lester, I know we have silverware. Not everyone is as fortunate as we are to inherit all of whatever it was that father left behind. So,
I do wonder why they have 7 chopsticks.
you know, I
Think
don't
of it as
7 chopsticks, not 7 sets, 7 chopsticks.
One is probably in somebody's eye. Let's
One
just
is
be honest.
probably a mimic based on the chest situation.
Anyone who would like to can roll me a straight intelligence check.
Okay. What's my intelligence?
We can try.
Okay.
Actually, you have advantage because of a particular reason.
Oh,
17.
hate that.
Odila
17?
rolled 18.
16.
Okay.
Aw.
I'm not going to say that's appropriate, but also
The music says we should still be fighting.
Oh no, this is different music.
No, the music has clearly changed.
Oh, is that looting music?
Is that
It's looting music. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist the terrible pun. Those of you who made it, which is everyone except Lester, this appears to be the thing that was down in that jar that Sabachthani and Wuya specifically saw. And you would gather from looking at it from before it started turning into goo that it had been damaged before.
By
Recently.
fire, too, right? It's all burns.
Perhaps our friend in the Arboretum.
I don't recall that the Fae are usually particularly fond of fire, but I suppose it's possible.
But this does appear to be the thing with the suckers.
There's also the giggling from the door right next door.
That
Yes, I
would be the
believe
Fae.
that would be the Fae.
Right.
This might just be player not remembering. Was there fire damage in the room where the jars were? Or was there just evidence of fire in the summoning room where we found the quartz?
So there was evidence of explosions in the alchemy room.
The alchemy room. Thank you. I was like,
Right.
there was a room that I looked at that definitely had char marks, and I'm just
Yeah,
misremembering which
and,
one it
and,
was.
and and with that intelligence check, and because you were down there looking, you think now that you saw maybe a couple of scorch marks along the wall, possibly someone trying to hit this thing.
Yeah. Well, because I think her first thought is like, did the mimic and the closet get into a tangle?
The mimic is mixing potions.
Oh, that would be.
But if I'm remembering scorch marks on the walls, like maybe someone or something was trying to hit it. I think perhaps either unclever wizard friend, the one who screamed outside the door, not either of you two.
I'm glad that you specified.
I knew I was going to have to. I'm catching on to this. Perhaps encountered this thing. No, he would have told us, or he would have finished it
I
off.
believe he suggested there was nothing aggressive here.
Which leads me to believe that either something else is down here, or was at some time.
That seems like someone else's problem. I suggest we just return back to Candlekeep.
I agree.
At this point, we're gonna have to deal with whatever caused that scream on the other side of the door, so we might as well.
I could do with some liberty.
Indeed.
Did we hear a door creak open?
Is there anything else that you guys would like to do before making your way to
You
where
said
the door
that we
should
could
be?
see 3 like planting beds. Does this room look into the
The Arboretum?
yeah.
The planting beds are with the laughter. We should
Right.
go in there because there's probably treasure.
But we could see them in this room.
You couldn't see them in this room. That was in the Arboretum.
There we go. Okay.
Sorry if I
No,
misspoke.
no.
No, just clarifying.
I realize we have to fight whatever we encounter.
Why?
That's just how it happens.
Why don't we just walk away?
I think we could come back here anytime, it seems. We know
Yes.
the passwords and... Okay. Would you like a mint julep to go?
That is a capital idea. And we'll see if the homunculi are still alive.
Yep.
All right. So you go into the kitchen, and immediately both of the homunculi are just like, visitors, and come running toward you, and just like, can we help you? Can we help you? What can we do?
Mint juleps all around.
Mint julep, done.
No alcohol for the child, thank you.
And Wuya just kind of leans around. He's like, alcohol. And Coriander just like looks between the scary lady with the horns and the little boy. And he's like,
Thank you.
and the two of them dash off. You can almost like see dust billows in their wake as they go running off to do what you asked.
I wonder if these will exist when we leave this space.
Are you trying to imply that we are Fistandia?
No, I meant the mint julep.
Oh, I see.
Can we bring things out of this
Well,
extra
We
dimensional
will
space?
find out.
I look forward to it.
You raise a good point, my dear, because it does occur to me that something stepping through the door out of here does seem to be what triggered that unfortunates.
I would hate for you to lose your silverware.
Among other things.
Right,
Back in
so
macaroni book.
let us partake as we make our way out. Maybe it'll at least deaden the pain.
Gentlemen, you are fine bartenders.
Aw, thank you. And they are very gratified to have someone to wait on. It's actually very much, you were referencing earlier the Be Our Guest scene. It's very similar to that, where they're like, we have not had anything to do, and there's someone who appreciates us.
And we're obsessed!
Yep.
Head for the door.
Yep. Daggers
Or at least
drawn.
the last place we saw the door, because I assume
Alright.
it's not there
Somehow
right
she
now.
has both daggers and a mint julep. And
she
still
downed that real fast.
It's really more a sip.
She asked.
Am I that mean? No.
Oh, she has a pretty high tolerance.
With one drink, I think, especially with your background.
Yeah. She asked for no julep. Or mint.
Oh, julep.
Just bourbon.
They take the alcohol I made them take out of Ouya's ring and put it into yours.
All right. So you five approach the place where the door previously was. As you expected, it's not there right now. But would you like
Would
to
you
say
like
the
to do
word?
the honors?
Liberty.
And the door appears.
Would you like to go through first?
No.
Okay. Should we do our usual order?
Again, maybe just a quick peek first to
Yes.
see what we're stepping in.
So we're sending Wuya through first.
I know they're children. They're not technically expendable.
It's like a canary in a coal mine.
Darling,
If the child dies, you know there's something wrong.
they're children. They're very squishy. And he's a wizard to boot.
There's always more of them. They're a renewable resource.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but I do feel moderately obligated to not send him into the unknown at the very
Your
least.
maternal instincts are...
Don't remind me. I'm never going to hear the end of this from Mother, and I will pop the door open and peek through.
All right. So, looking through the door, you see the room that you had come out of originally. The door appears to still be standing open, which is why you would have been able to hear the scream. Just checking something. My apologies. And you see, well, you're pretty sure it's Matreus. Body on the floor, unmoving.
I seem to have found another corpse.
Open the door a little wide.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The most unfazed. Like, oh yeah, that's a normal day at my house.
Totally a normal day.
Of your own creation?
Unfortunately, no.
Wuya, stop drooling.
But
I can rebuild him.
I have the technology. So, what is the Martian order walking out of the mansion?
You might want to change the music.
Odilla's gonna push Wuya through.
Oh, and I thought we were the evil ones in the campaign. Dang.
Going first is fun!
I don't think there's a single good character in this campaign.
And then he dies, and then a quokka kills him. Yeah! He's a were-quokka.
So, 45 werewolves appear from the walls, and we just close the door. Sorry,
Sorry, Wuya.
it was a short campaign, y'all. See you next week.
Hoist on your own petard, James.
So Wuya apparently goes out first, yes?
Yeah.
Hey!
I'm gonna say since you guys are behind that I can't stop you
Okay.
from doing
Yeah.
this. Probably it just happens past.
She wants to see what happens because he had some of the silverware.
Okay.
She wants to see what.
He's holding a fork as he goes through the door. Here, hold this, kid.
James, this is what happens when you get a Disneyland. Instead of being here with us.
Okay, so Wuya stumbles out into the middle of the room and has to like stop himself very quickly to keep from tripping over the corpse that is directly in front of the door. And he kind of like looks up and around and looks back at all of you. And as he turns around,
He holds up the fork.
as he turns around, you see an imp appear in the air behind him and stab at him.
Okay.
No.
Back to
Stop.
the combat.
Don't.
Can I just shout at the imp in Infernal? Don't you dare!
Yes, you can.
Since I'm standing right in the doorway.
So apparently it heard you before because it rolled very badly
Great.
on that attack.
Distraction!
Just like swing through and just like look at you like.
behave yourself.
Who are you?
Who are you?
She took me captive and turned me into a statue.
Wow, that was not very nice of her. Neither is this. Now, would you like to go back to the Hells? Because I can probably arrange that, if you would like. But you're gonna have to knock it off with the stabbing. I don't know what you expect.
I love you so much.
Rusty, get him.
I find myself slightly around.
Roll me persuasion or intimidation at your discretion with advantage.
Let me see if I have a better look. This is the only time I get to play a high Ch1 character. I'm taking full advantage of it.
Anybody else feel that?
Cool. That is gonna be persuasion with an 18.
And it'll kind of settle back a little bit, still like fluttering its wings
Sure.
to hover in the air and look at you. Fine. Yeah, I guess. I'd rather go home the
Thank
not
you.
painful way.
Push the door open, step through, kind of gesture for everybody to come through, and I will like walk out. This is a size tiny creature?
Yeah, it's a size tiny creature. And looking at it, you remember the imp statue that he showed you?
Yeah. I'm just gonna hold out my hand, like one would for like a bird to land on, or whatever, just like offer my hand.
And it'll come over and land on you. Its claws dig in pretty good.
Just set him on my shoulder. We'll talk later.
I'm gonna check the body. Invisible. So.
Yes.
No one can see. I'm invisible.
Where did the other child go?
You lost another one?
That was why I was checking my phone. He had texted me.
Yeah, I know.
I wanted that to be the. Where's Dewey? Oh my God, we left him inside. Dewey. But anyway, I'm gonna go check on the.
We
on
haven't
the-
noticed for 2 days.
I was fully expecting she was getting texts from James being
feel like you
don't you
forgot
dare
something.
That the avowed calls in. We lost Dewey. That is
Your next mission.
Oh no,
Your
I guess
mission.
have
Did you choose to
stay.
accept it?
And Dewey was.
We have so many manacle patrons.
He's the only one who can get people out of panic.
Well, as long as you're charging more than 500 GP.
Golly.
Is he dead?
Yes, he is quite dead. And looking at him, give me a medicine check.
That's a 10 on the die. And
Probably a good thing you didn't bring any of those manacles
12.
back.
12.
Ugh.
Looking at it, looking at him, you can kind of like pull clothes aside a little bit, and you can see a place where a stinger got him. It's pretty clear that this imp killed him.
He's got a spell book, doesn't he?
Oh yes.
He takes the spell book, tries to pocket the spell book subtly. He drops his own. He
My
drops,
passive perception is pretty high.
drops his own book and next to it and just tries to pick them both up together.
I will say, because you did not make an attack, you are still invisible if you choose to be.
Oh yeah, I will do that then.
So
We
guess
see like a
that's
floating.
Well, as soon as he touches the book, doesn't it turn invisible? Isn't that sort of whatever you're holding?
yeah,
turns
whatever you're holding, but you might see like clothes being rustled around because it's a small room and he's right there. So, roll me a sleight of hand with advantage. Anyone who would like to roll me perception. Roll me a flat perception, just because it's such a small room.
Can I get inspiration?
Not,
I don't think we're gonna let you inspire on this one, bud.
you know what, buddy? Go
Wait,
crazy.
what do you mean by flat perception? I can still add my modifier, right?
Yes, sorry, it is perception, not at disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Because usually for invisibility, you would have disadvantage on
Is
perception checks.
but my passive can still
Close to the
outrank.
end of the
Yeah.
night. We gotta spend it.
Yep.
16.
Okay.
15.
18 with the +5 from the inspiration. Thank you.
Wonderful. All right, that spell book. So you
Well, together. It was, it was
Actually,
a joint
Chaotic
effort.
evil.
also roll me an investigation check, please. Should have done that first.
The book is
The
rigged to
passive
blow.
investigation, or is this under duress?
I would say this is under duress.
Well, then that is a 4.
Ooh. Okay. It takes you a while they're talking. Fortunately, fortunately for you, they are distracted by this imp that is now on Sabachthani's shoulder. It takes you a heart pounding too long to find the spell book, but once you do, you're able to slip it into your pocket. Excuse me.
That's it. And then
Poof.
I'll go back in the room.
The door is starting to fade.
I know the code word.
Just letting you know.
Sutter. And then I sutter. It just and then run in and then on the other side, hide, go uninvisible, and then come out. So going into the room.
Roll me a sleight of hand for whispering the command word out loud.
2 on the die.
I was gonna say, I want to contest to see
Yeah.
if I
I-
can.
Oh yeah. You heard right outside.
Yeah.
You hear Dewey say scepter.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I recognize that voice.
So yes, the door does turn solid again, and then it opens, closes,
Hey everyone.
What are
opens
you
again,
doing?
and the boy steps out.
What? You guys left me in there.
Well, we were
Dewey!
distracted by this creature.
We don't.
Oh my God! There's a dead body on the floor.
I did declare that. Did you not
Yes.
hear? I was right here.
Cover it.
Is
please,
it?
dear.
It's
we
like
don't need another.
I assume
pet.
there's like a pool of blood too.
Oh yes.
Very perceptive, dude. Well, yeah, we technically found Matronus. He's a bit more sanguinated than when we left him.
Wait a minute. We put Matronus back in that room, and we keep looking for him.
Then we have to explain the blood.
I'm sure we can come up with something.
I mean, look at Wuya.
What?
He's been fairly well beaten up this
Oh,
this
okay.
day.
I think Wuya could stay longer if he is thought of as a more adept investigator.
You do raise a good point.
Yeah.
Proving his use to the library is very helpful, as well as all of us getting to.
He gets
perhaps
another
share
10.
He was tasked with finding Matronus. We found Matronus. Did not indicate whether he needed to stay alive.
He gets
We
another
didn't
10
kill him.
days this way. If we keep looking for him.
They're not gonna let him look forever.
These people forgot to cast Detect Magic in the room. We are not. You, with your love of silverware, should know these are not the sharpest knives in the drawer.
I am going to have to deal with this little fellow regardless, so we're going to have to explain something. Perhaps
Put
we
it
just
back
tell the
in
truth.
there.
I am not putting him back in there. I have promised I am going to try to get him back to the Nine House.
Isn't there a quick way to do that?
There's several quick ways to do that.
What? It's a quick way.
No.
It hurts.
No. We'll make it painless.
Okay.
Just leave him alone. He's a child. He doesn't know any better.
Remember what happened the last time you took a pet?
He is not a pet. He's a fully sentient creature. A pet is a hellhound, and I told you I'm sorry about the rug.
So was the pool boy.
We've had this discussion, and we don't need to do it in public again.
Nothing good ever
I
comes.
might poke my own ears out.
You were the one who brought up manacles, I would like to remind you.
I never bring them. I leave with them. then go back to the storage room.
As you are having this
hope this is
discussion at volume, there's a light tap on the door, and the avowed from downstairs peeks in, looks at all of you, and then looks down at the floor and goes, "Oh well, that's unfortunate."
Found him.
He did it.
Right where you left him.
Ow. Damn it. Well, this is... Right. We're going to need to get this... What is that?
Oh, don't worry. I'll take care of him.
That's our pet, Pool Boy.
I thought you said you weren't letting me have another pet.
I'm giving you a cover story in front of the nice man.
That's the murderer.
Pool Boy.
He did have his reasons.
Pets. What are you going to do?
Put them down?
I beg your pardon.
Rusty, down.
Part of the family.
I promise he will not stay within the walls too much longer. If I could just step out, we can take care of this. And you may want to be cleaning this up. That will stain. I recommend seltzer water.
Zabachthani, roll me a persuasion check, please. Let the bard do her thing.
Ugh, less good. 12?
Should we inspire?
Is there a way that
There is. I will point out that you guys have a card.
Can I
Specifically for charisma check.
yeah.
can I assist her because I am also a charisma monster? And so, I'm just like gonna try and blather this guy of like, well, no, it's a pet and she's got a license. I assure you, it's back in the room. If you
So
just
it's the help action.
Sure. Yes.
It's a roll with advantage?
Yes.
Okay. I was gonna say, don't you dare make me use the tonic of charm on this character before I've used it on the one who's supposed to. That is significantly better. That is an unnatural 20.
Okay.
Once I get the assist.
So yes, this avowed looks like he's been battered on all sides with words, just like, all right. This is infinitely beyond my pay grade. We're going to deal with this, and
Yes, I'll take care of it. Thank you.
right.
Pool Boy.
If it's within the bounds of Candlekeep by sunset, someone else is going to deal with it, and it won't be me, and it won't be pretty.
No worries.
Excellent. Right. Yes. Thank you for finding our missing wizard. Where was he?
Right here.
Nobody cast detect magic in this room. You are a library full of supposedly smart people, and you did cast detect magic.
Well, that's rude.
And granted, the 8-year-old boy did it before me, but still. There's a doorway here to an extra-dimensional space.
Yeah, Odola's just picked up the copy of Doing Some Extra Mental with her dagger.
I will point out, Dewey, as you know, being here as long as you have been, we're librarians and studiers, not necessarily all wizards.
Right. Anyway.
Scepter!
Academic.
Right.
Where did the...
It's like the old saying, you always judge a book by its cover.
Maybe don't go through that door until you get the passcode that lets you back out. It can be quite a process to find otherwise.
I assume you know the password to get out?
I do indeed. And Sabachthani will leave the room.
There it is. Thank you.
Flounce out.
Here, would you throw that away for me? Thank you.
And he just reaches out and takes the empty glass.
Much obliged.
Yeah.
Mutters something very uncomplimentary under his breath in Dwarvish.
I can't leave my wife alone with the pool boy, you understand.
Wow. And on that note, I do want to say, Q Times, thank you for rating us.
Hello, welcome.
Welcome to the chaos. That was a little bit ago. We were doing some weird role play.
You're assuming that we ever not do weird role playing. Why would you assume that?
We appreciate the raid, and because of the raid, we're going to do a giveaway.
Hey.
Because Dice Cream Sandwich, one of our fantastic community members, made us these little cool little notebooks for this show. Swords and Sages.
We're
Very
supposed to be
cool.
taking notes,
I
apparently.
did.
I did. I wrote down Lester, Sabachthani, Wuya, and Odilla.
I just wrote
And
Pool
Dewey.
Boy a lot.
Hit your old boil.
You did miss our earlier giveaway, which was a enormous Nord Games book.
Did we ever hear what they were wanting?
Not yet, but the Mighty Meeple will get back to us. Anyway, thanks for the raid. Enter hashtag chaos into the chat right now for a chance to win one of these cool little things from our friends.
blank
at
one.
Ice Cream Sandwich.
I mean, if you want a cast member to write some notes in it, we could probably oblige.
Sure.
We're very good at handwriting in this
Liberty,
group.
Festandia, Freyot, Lester.
Those are the code words.
Oh my god, you activated the entire...
That's where the 45 quotas appear out of the wall.
17 copper.
In a trench coat?
Oh.
Okay. Well. What am I gonna do with you all?
Punish us
We'll
severely
see.
later.
Yep.
I even gave you a nice magical item that wasn't in the book.
You give me a pool boy. I'm thrilled.
Odilla's gonna just leave too right after
Okay.
Lester.
I have to check room 8.
Just knock first. It's polite.
What would all of you like to do? As you come out, the day is winding down. You've been in there for quite a while, and you get the sense that this extra-dimensional space, time passed the same as it did out here. So it is getting towards evening.
Do you need to report back to anyone, Wuya?
Probably.
The Great Reader, or whatever his name is?
Elchrist. I can wait till morning.
Well, there you are. Well, then to the House of Beds.
We can go to the hearth, get a drink.
I could do with another drink.
Yeah,
Do you just have a drink?
Yeah.
Did you I forgot to have a drink.
I could go for another drink. But on the way back, she wants to take a look at the gate to see if she sees anybody who's going to be leaving.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
Okay. That's not. That's over. Perception. 18.
Okay. The day is winding down. It's starting to get dark, and while it's not unsafe in this area of the Sword Coast, because a lot of magic users in a small area tend to make sure their area is safe, people don't like to travel much after dark. So there are people milling about in the courtyard, starting to settle down from the strenuous activity of studying all day. But there does not appear to be anyone who's leaving at this point.
Okay. Yeah, she's every day gonna just kind of keep an eye out. Like maybe in the morning, anybody who has their bags packed, and it
Okay.
looks like they're gonna leave.
Okay.
Yep.
Noted. I will ask you about that later. All right. But speaking of later, as the five of you go to the hearth and settle in around a table, you get a round of drinks, perhaps some food.
Do you just release him when we're outside?
Yeah, you definitely get some looks.
Fly
for this
free, my bird!
on your shoulder.
Oh no, I mean, she's fully just like treating him like you would a pet or a familiar, mostly because she doesn't think anyone's really going to mess with her or it. As
The
she
Free
does that.
Willy franchise really went downhill.
This is, I guess, like kind of a flavor thing. Like she knows of the easy, obvious way to send him back, but would there be any place on Candlekeep where they might? I mean, obviously she also knows there's like a summoning circle downstairs. Not that she particularly feels comfortable using that, but would she know of or be able to find any place where she might be able to hop him through some sort of summoning circle so that she doesn't have to do that? Because otherwise she will just sit and negotiate with him. The like, I'm gonna do this quickly and painlessly, but like this is the deal. I can do it, or I can hand you over to the authorities.
Sure. You don't necessarily.
Okay.
But you know someone who might be able to help.
I do.
Yes.
She's a tiefling as well.
Oh, I'd appreciate it if you could point me in her direction.
I just have to remember her name. That's it.
There can't be that many tieflings around here. I mean, I
Frost
know.
Maiden.
Sylvira Savakos.
There it is. Yeah, Sylvira Savalkos.
Does she have an office or a study?
Actually, yes.
She's not in room 8, is she? Oh, thank God.
Oh. Oh.
I don't want to know what thoughts were just going through his head there with his eyes twitching back and forth like that.
I'm hot for teacher.
No, but she's interesting and has powerful stuff and is a tiefling like you. I mean, not like you, but a tiefling.
I mean, very few tieflings are like me. If you could just point me in her direction, I can meet you all for drinks later. I just want to get this little fella sent on his way before we get any more dirty looks.
Sure, I'll take you down there.
Wonderful. I'll meet you in a little bit. You know my order.
So Dewey leads Sabachthani to Silvira's words workshop, which is in the basement of one of the towers of pedagogy, and she has a proper work. It almost looks like the alchemical workshop. Actually, that is the first thing that you think of walking into this room. And she's behind one of the long wooden tables, and the first thing that looks up is a quasit. The second thing that looks up is the tiefling woman, who looks both of you over. Dewey, we haven't seen you in some time.
Yeah, I've been doing some things. We discovered the joy of extra-dimensional spaces.
That sounds like it might be a little beyond your reading level.
Whoa. Seriously? That was
I'm sorry.
Cool.
I'm sorry. Who is your friend?
Dr. Sabachthani, moreover, pleasure to make your acquaintance. I was wondering if perhaps you could help me out with a fiendish little problem I've picked up.
Where did you find this little fellow?
In an extra-dimensional space, and I'm afraid it's the wrong one. He's looking to get home, and I'm looking to get him there before, the mobs and the pitchforks show up, if you get my drift.
Generally a good idea. They're a little more open-minded in Candlekeep, as you see. She says, gesturing to herself and the quasit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, Spivey definitely looks at the quasit and gives him the little, oh, hey there, wave.
And it gives you the... It's perched on the edge of a cauldron. It appears, Dewey knows, this is her familiar.
Sure.
And very unusual kind of familiar.
Yep.
But she... Well... a little bit. She looks at you and says, Well, I don't usually send creatures back to the hells. It's a little bit of a procedure, but... Well, you're Dewey's friend.
I'd be much obliged, and I'd be happy to, perhaps do you a service in the future.
I will certainly keep that in mind, Dr. Sabachthani, moreover.
Thank you. I'll scoop up the imp and sort of, hand him off.
And she'll pick him up and look at him and say to him in Infernal, Right, which circle? which level of hell? And he tells her, and she's like, I'll take care of this, don't worry.
Much obliged.
Is there anything else, Dewey?
So we just... Wooya, this 8-year-old kid who's here?
I'm familiar, Alchrist was mentioning.
So Alchrist tasked him to go find a missing wizard. We all went on the journey, entered the extra-dimensional space. He left with that thing in statue form. That thing killed him. And then, I don't know. That's about it.
You had quite the adventure.
Yeah, we fought some chairs and some tables.
Did they attack first?
Yes, we almost died.
I don't know what this we is you're speaking of, Dewey. That was mostly you and Booyah.
Yeah, we're squishy wizards, and we almost
fought
died.
most of the chairs.
I slowed them down.
Severa will look at you and reach out and touch a bruise that's on the side of your face. Looks like it was a rather difficult day. Well, I'm glad that you had friends to go with you.
Yes. So, we're seasoned adventurers, so if you have anything for us, we take gold up front.
In Infernal, he'd be happy to do paid work for you.
and Severa chuckles a little bit and replies in the same language. He is a rather eager page boy, is he not?
Just over here talking like.
I'm just waiting for him to be like, I need to learn Infernal right now. But
Beautiful tongue.
I'll just leave that.
Yep, leave that one on the table.
Sometimes it's forked.
No.
And then he picked it up and played with it.
Always.
Yep.
As you do. But yes, she'll look at the two of you and say, You have an interesting way of shaping the world around you, Dewey. It will be interesting to see what happens next.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm going to copy stuff out of Wuya's spellbook, that's for sure. I'm going to share my spellbook with him, too, because he doesn't know any of this stuff.
Well, it sounds like you've made an excellent friend then.
Yes. Oh.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear it. All right, I'm going to take care of this little fellow. We can speak more later, perhaps.
I would certainly love to know more about the work you're doing here. I feel like we might have some similar interests.
Oh, possibly. I mostly work with, well, the planes, all of that sort of, the dance.
Always. I look forward to seeing you again.
Excellent. Have a lovely evening, you two. Tell the hearth that the first round of drinks is on me.
Uh-huh.
And she'll actually as if I'm the character. She'll actually pass you. I've been a player for too long. She'll pass you a chit with her personal symbol on it to back up the claim.
Gotcha. Cool.
And she will disappear into another room, and you smell for just a second that hint of brimstone.
Mm-hmm. Just the little smells like home smile, and then continue back to meet up with everybody.
And you three, are you doing anything in particular in the hearth?
Just drinking, observing, people watching.
People watching, and tiny one, small one. Hold on. Words.
One.
Things. Little one.
Little one.
Damn it. You called him tiny.
I did. I messed up.
And that threw me entirely, because I was like, no, that's not. That's not what it says. Little one closes his book over in his corner with a very decisive thud, puts it down, and then gently pushes the stack of books aside and looks over at the three of you. Did you have an adventurous sort of day?
Your charge has completed his task.
No, that's Alchris, not
Oh.
not little one. This is the ogre with the headband.
All
of
authority
intellect.
figures look alike to me.
I'm sure. And Wuya begins to launch into a full description of everything that you guys have done today, all of the weird things that happened in there. And little one is just reaching over, picking up a notebook and taking notes. And it is into this scene that you two return.
My dear, I have your 7 shots of rye whiskey.
Thank you, Angel. Has he given everyone in the bar the passcodes for the extra-dimensional space, or just little one?
No passcodes, just the story.
Oh, excellent. Maybe you are as clever as you claim to be.
And he gives you a smile that has layers to it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, she looks at him and winks.
And as you all settle in for an evening in the hearth, you have all leveled up. You are now level 2. Congratulations.
You kill enough chairs.
Turns
And
out
books.
we just have to stab everything.
It's what? It's 2,000 XP, or is it 1,000 XP to a level? So each of those chairs.
Somewhere in there.
It scales. So.
Oh, it scales stupid though,
It
because
scales bad. It's.
what is it? 4th to 5th level is doubled. It's
Thieves
ridiculous.
We're
only
not going
need
to talk
12.
about getting to 4th to 5th level. I'm still traumatized from Frostmaiden.
We're not talking about getting from 5th to 6th.
Fighters need 1,500. Wizards need the full 2,000.
Yes.
I'm going to roll this giveaway for this thing right
Do it.
Yeah.
And do we want to do leveling up on the stream, or do we want to save that for the after dark?
Ooh.
now. Well, actually, maybe... no, we'll do it now.
All right. All right.
It's literally just pushing a button.
Who won the giveaway?
Danielle Lenoir.
Eddie! Congratulations!
Sounds suspiciously Quebecois.
Félicitations.
Congratulations, Danny. We'll get that out to you as soon as possible.
So
And thank you to Dice Cream Sandwich for
Indeed.
Yes.
Now you have notes to take, or a notebook to take notes for future stories. Dear heart.
So does anybody have a particularly interesting second level, like, cool thing they do?
Wizards do.
Yeah, wizards do. Wu Ya is going to be a necromancer.
Shocking.
I'm sure no one gets
Oh.
I am going to take the Order of Scribes from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. Which, so when you asked what we were going to do, I'm like, it depends on if we had leveled or not, because I have a spell book and I'm going to copy as much of that spell book as I can
Sure.
at discounted rates.
At very discounted rates and very shortened times.
Yes.
Because usually it takes an hour per level of spell. With the scribes, it only takes 2 minutes per level.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
it
good.
is significantly
Speed writing.
cool.
Yeah.
It helps a lot.
So that's what Dewey's going to be doing.
All right. Anything particularly interesting for your second level?
Well,
Ezra?
I mean, warlocks get Eldritch invocations, and like, really, here's 2 cool powers, but everybody takes the same one. So really, you're only getting 1 cool power. Everybody
Because
takes.
why would you take the one that doesn't add your
Well, hold on.
charisma
Yeah,
bonus?
Oh yeah, Agonizing Blast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Why would
And
you
then-
take anything else?
And then, just because it's the sort of thing Lester would do, Mask of Many Faces that lets me cast Disguise Self at will without a spell slot.
I'm going to keep all of my thoughts about that firmly. How about you, my dear?
Well,
Laura?
rogues at second level I can use my bonus action.
Cunning action.
Yes.
Yes. And that can be used to dash, hide, or disengage.
Disengage. Yep.
Well, that means you're no longer double daggers, though. Because you
can't-
can use your bonus action to.
So when you do that, you choose between making the
true.
attack or,
It's okay.
Do we do max
I'll switch
hit
it up
points
a
or do
little
we
bit.
roll?
you'll roll, but if you roll below the average, then you take the average.
I rolled a 7.
Yeah, wait, what
You
do
rolled
I-
above average.
I did.
I just roll my...
So you roll your hit die, which for a rogue I believe is a D8,
Yep.
and then you add whatever you roll in your Constitution modifier to your hit points.
Let's see.
This is the fun part of D&D.
Level 2!
Indeed.
Manage hit
So I'll
points.
add that
by
to
That was a
roll
depressing roll.
HP.
What'd you
So
roll?
essentially I add it to
3.
what I had my...
The average is 4 for a D6.
For D8,
A D8 average is 5. So if you roll below the
Oh.
average, my rule is take the
take
average.
the average. Great.
Because I want to be able to squish you guys.
Yeah, because you'd like to be able to actually have us fight things.
Yes.
I almost doubled my HP. 13.
Wow, you rolled a 5.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Nice.
I rolled a 5.
Very good.
And I'll make James do all of this later.
Indeed.
I don't know how to do the override or any of that stuff.
As I say,
But you
did I-
just add it to your rolled, right?
You have to go back first. So go to home.
I was like, let's get something at level 2, but I couldn't
Scroll
remember
up,
what it is.
and
I
then
get
under
Song
hit
of Rest
points,
and Jack of all
scroll down.
trades.
Oh yeah, this is when you start
Under-
getting good at everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right there, do manual.
Song of Rest was what I was looking
now
for
you
earlier
know
when we
it.
decided to take that short rest, where I was like, oh, do I have that yet? Because that would be helpful.
Not yet.
But I was like, no, I remembered it because I was looking at it before.
I feel like D&D Beyond always resets.
Oh yeah.
So I have to remember what my last... Okay. Let's see.
What do you?
Because essentially, because there's like a bug with D&D Beyond where it doesn't save my roll. It like maxes out. Maxes my rolled, so I have to override it. Yeah.
Or
Because my hit points went up too much.
Oh, I think that might be the same thing that we were just talking about. Where
Yeah.
you have to go to home and then make sure your hit point type is selected as manual.
I do have it.
Is it? Okay.
yeah,
the
yeah.
old
Weird.
school D&D player in me thinks it's weird that a wizard class has 21 hit points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
should
mean,
have
Especially
But when
if
I-
it really wants you.
I mean,
to
I
be
have a
beefy.
sorcerer who has almost as
Because
many
before
hit
I was
points
at
as
10.
as
Oh, wait.
the fighter because she has a really good con.
Yep.
Ghislaine, can I get that last slide, please?
Wait, what did your hit points go up to?
I'm up to 18 now because I rolled under the minimum.
So maybe mine was right. Because what were you before?
I was at 9, so I doubled mine.
Oh. Okay.
And I have a +2 to my con, so
You were at 10, weren't you?
I was
wanna
at
correct,
10.
I have
I was at 10
19.
before.
You both
I
were
just
at
rolled a
10.
5,
Uh-huh.
okay.
but somehow
Plus
I'm
your-
at.
So when
So it's plus your con.
Yes, it's plus your
Carry
con.
the
Because
7.
before was.
So you
okay.
got 15, then you have a +2 to your con, so
Yeah.
17.
Got it.
yeah,
Yep.
but you don't add your con because it
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 automatically.
does
automatically.
auto-
Okay.
yeah.
So then it did.
But it could look confusing if you don't remember that it automatically adds it, because you're like, that's not the number I put in.
Right.
I do that constantly.
okay.
in-
So it's yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that +4 is from each level.
It's
Yes.
cumulative.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, that was what messed me up too. So I
Yeah.
had to-
It does that. D&D Beyond is a wonderful tool that we deeply appreciate being able to use and have all access to all of the books. It is also sometimes a bit confusing in the level up process.
Indeed.
So I think that's where we're going to wrap it up for tonight, with you folks having leveled, and maybe we'll have James back for next time. That would be nice, so we can actually launch into the next part.
So we can actually kill him. I mean,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
if he's here, he can die.
So you don't save at all.
no, it's a web app.
It's so fancy.
All right, well, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to give us a follow on Twitch, a sub on YouTube, and a review on the podcast app of your choice. We do have Cardboard and Chaos this week? Are we doing that tomorrow?
We're not.
Okay, we are off for Cardboard and Chaos tomorrow, but day after tomorrow, Wednesday morning, is the penultimate episode of the Redacted Reports. People are already starting to swear at us in the Discord. You might want to join the Discord so you can swear at us too. It'll be great.
Don't swear at me.
No, you're not involved. It's fine.
And if you have not listened to the Redacted Reports, season 2 specifically, you can binge it in less than a week.
It's true.
Listen, and that's not every hour because my headphones ran out of batteries. But I binged so much of it, and it's so good.
Same.
Yes, there's currently about 16 hours worth of content out, and there'll be 17 hours tomorrow, or day after tomorrow. I wish it was tomorrow. So yes, the penultimate episode for season 2 of the Redacted Reports. I mean, things have been interesting pretty much since episode 11 or 12, but it just keeps getting interesting.
Those first 10 were kind of boring.
Oh, they're all wonderful, but it starts really ramping up at about 11. Rime of the Frost Maiden is off for the next couple of weeks, but the Down Darker Trails with Ezra as our GM is going to be back on Saturday evening at 6 o'clock Pacific time. So, without further ado, have an excellent week, friends.
We dare you.